Hello, hello, everybody. There's the camera. Hi, I'm Steve from Mac84, and welcome to another Mac84 live stream. I hope everyone is doing well tonight. We've got a bunch of people in the chat already. How's everyone doing? I almost flooded my lines second time during the intro there. That's a bad omen. We have Sad Mac356 here. We have Mike from Mike's Mac Shack. We have Comatels. We have Garth. Hello, Garth. We have Adam. Frederick, who else is here? Scrolling down the list. We have Michael. We have Adam. I think I mentioned Adam before. We have Colin from This Does Not Compute. Excellent YouTube channel if you have not subscribed. We have Pine Tech. We have Eric. No more IRDA. Oh, no, thank you. Another Michael is here. Hello, Michael. DJ Craze is here. Sakura 171 is here. My SC30 board may make the cut today. It may not, but we'll see. We have a bunch of stuff. Let's see. Can you please confirm you are wearing pants? I am wearing pants. There. That's all you're going to see. My goodness. And don't play too much into why Bruce and I were talking about pants. Anyway, Scott is here, and Tyrodyne is here. And all right. So we got plenty of folks here. So I have sort of taken in the past a hiatus. Quiet you, Michael. A hiatus from repairs because I was just too darn busy. I had vacation time planned. There was stuff with work going on. There was stuff with life going on. I really didn't have the ability to focus. Not that I'm 100% focused now, but we're getting there. So I have some boxes here and some boards on the other side of the basement here that I've been either trying to finish up or they've been halfway repaired, etc. Now, there are some boards that are all cleaned up and are ready to be shipped back out, so I have to work on those. That's kind of boring because I'm just printing labels. This board here is a Macintosh Plus board, and this was delivered to me in March, so that's going to take priority here. That's an old one. And we're going to talk a bit about this. This will be interesting because it's a Macintosh Plus logic board that has some SCUSI issues. And the problem is, I don't know if I have a Macintosh Plus that's not like my pristine museum quality one that I could get working to test this thing. So this will be interesting. We're going to look at it under Microscope first, see if I could spot anything, because I have not looked at this at all. So this will be actually the first Macintosh Plus logic board I've looked at on this show, on the stream or show, whatever you want to say. And so that's going to be kind of interesting. And yeah, that's been it. Oh, Shady Robot. Doing work. Eep! Thank you very much for the super chat there. We are doing work. We're going to try. At least that's the goal here. But thank you everyone for attending our Wednesday night stream here. I will give you a full disclosure. I have no idea where my multimeter is. My tools are all like unplugged here. So this is going to be one of those, why is Mac84 running around the basement looking for things type of a stream? But we'll survive. It'll be okay. And hopefully it'll be entertaining, and hopefully you put me on the background and you're doing what you do, or you're just relaxing or doing whatever. So let's get right to it. So I have this board that my good friend Nathaniel sent me, and it's a Macintosh Plus board. Now, he actually had replacement ROMs installed on this board. Let me open this carefully. Sorry for all the noises. Anti-static bags can be a bit noisy sometimes. And this tape is, there we go, really strong stuff. That's why I need like 5 of every tool, so I ensure that I have something. Alright, so this is a Macintosh Plus board. Looks relatively clean to my eyes. You really don't see too many problems in this, but we're having a problem with the SCSI controller here, or at least the SCSI port. Let me just make sure that, 1 second, please. Make sure my phone is on Do Not Disturb, which it is. Perfect. So, yeah, this will be interesting. So let's take a look at it under the microscope before we go too much further, and I'll chat a little bit about this as we go on. I have not used this microscope in too long. It's terrible. All right, so hopefully we can get this all focused. 1 moment, please. I know you guys are out of focus currently. That's fairly close to where I am. And we're going to adjust my my little window here, because you don't need to see me that big. Like, you probably want to see me, but the board is more important. There we go. Do you know what a sure sign of Easy to hide. Okay. All right. Yeah, if I say I'm gonna put something in the right place in the basement, and it's just gonna stay there for a while. Only 5 of every tool, or 5 of every toolbox. Yes, 5 of every toolbox. That sounds a bit better. Yeah, this is a bit zoomed in there. Here we go. All right, so we do have some little friends over here, and these are little capacitors and resistors and such. And yeah, let's take a zoom out here. Well, actually, we can only zoom in. This is the most zoomed out state of the microscope here. Let me adjust this just so it's sort of straight. There we go. And we have lovely little components here. And yeah, these are through holes. And this capacitor, it's a glass capacitor by the looks of it. I could be mistaken. Maybe that's plastic, but looky there. Yeah, that tells you the age of this thing. So this is 86, 87. The board says 85 copyright date, so I would not be surprised if this is one of the earlier Macintosh classics with the notoriously interesting SCUSI stuff. Words. Yeah. So let me just get out some tools here because I am wildly unprepared for the day. Got my old spudger there, and use my flashlight of my phone just for a second here, because I need some tweezers. Well, I don't need them right now. I would prefer to have them on my desk, and we'll use the scalpel for now, but we'll be very careful. So, yeah, I mean, I've seen Lewis and Paul do streams, but I don't really follow them really, so like I have no idea what they would do with this stuff. They'd probably, do whatever. But all right, so we have this little sticker here. This was probably like by a component, and it's just hanging under here. So let's just get that out of the way. No reason that has to stay on here. It's not doing anything. There we go. All right, so you got a new bed. Travis, is that an invitation? I'm very confused. That sounds cozy, though. All right, so I'm just going to take a little trip around the board here. Hey, Joe, how's it going? You're editing your next video by watching me. I'll be very quiet so you could hear your video then. Be very, very quiet. Joe's editing a video. All right, so it looks like someone has come along here before and replaced these caps. And the only... Either they have done that. Yeah, I think they did. And... yeah, in fact, let me not guess. I have my notes here for this particular board. One moment, please. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-boop-boo. Hey, Sean, how's it going? How's it going? It's Sean. And Steve sings when he's trying to buy time. All right, so let's take a look here. Okay. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Alright, so yeah, I got this here. I'm just reading some of my notes here. Yeah, he got new ROM chips, but unfortunately the SCSI problem persisted. The board is actually quite pristine looking. They replaced the axials on the board, so those probably aren't the case. We'll double check everything. Upgraded the memory to 4 megabytes, removed the RAM resistor, and the analog side of things. The original analog board was replaced with one that appears to be from a later machine. Adjusted voltages and the screen stuff, but none of that should have affected SCSI, one would think. I kept wondering if something is up with the SCSI controller, although I have no way to test it. Well, not really do I either, but yeah. Oh, Sean, I do not envy you. Maybe I have a little bit of a smirk, though, because, like, I have 2 broken PowerBook 2400s and you have a working one, so yeah, enjoy those screws for a while. But a lot of the PowerBooks use the same power supply, at least the external power supply. Alright, so yeah, the problem is that the system freezes when I try to use my SCSI zip drives with it, and there seems to be something funky going on with the SCSI chip or the controller. Yeah, so that's really about all we have to go on right now. And so yeah, we're gonna do a bit of a deep dive on this when we get to that. I just want to have and I keep yammering on here, so we're not really making any progress. I just want to have a look at this board. Now, I do see a lot of dust and crud, just a very light coating of dust, and that's, you know, that's to be expected. This thing is ancient. Little solder balls here and there, tiny ones that you normally wouldn't expect to see unless you had a microscope. So this might be one of those things where, especially because we have a chip that is potentially the problem here, you might want to just ultrasonic it first and see. There's a little piece of a leftover thing here. So yeah, I'm sorry, this is a Macintosh Plus, and I'm gonna just go out on a limb here and guess that this honking old chip right behind the SCSI port is the SCSI controller. And sure enough, if I turn it upside down and look at it where you guys can't see it, that is exactly what it looks like. So yeah, this NCR5380 chip appears to be the SCSI controller chip, or is at least responsible for some SCSI goodness. Now we do have a capacitor there. I'm just going to take a tour around the board, make sure I don't see anything that pops out. Again, this board looks pretty darn clean, and I don't see any leakage. This here was where I removed that sticker, so I'm not really sure if that's leakage or if it's just residue from the sticker. But yeah, I have a Macintosh Plus sitting right to my right, and we're gonna try and power that on. Although the note that I made on there said it was very dirty inside, so maybe I didn't want to turn that on. But hey, sparks will fly. Yeah, all right. So there's a fair amount of dust here. I don't see anything that would be bridging a connection between a chip or something, but still, this is something I would feel much better about cleaning before I did a deep diagnostics on. And this is the first time I'm looking at under a microscope, so yeah, there's a lot of areas I think that could use a bit of a clean. But I mean, for its age, that's not too bad. And I'm not seeing anything horrible that, yeah. I've got a stack of those boards left over. Well, that sounds like fun. Yeah, I don't think I've replaced the refill cap on the Mac Plus I'm about to try, but hey, I have a bunch of refill caps. We'll see if maybe we can repair one of them. That'll be my first, well, not the first, but one of my first refill cap replacements. Haven't really had the need to. Alright, so I believe we're crossing, yeah, just call them memory chips. No, they're not memory chips, but there's something. So here's 1985, that's the copyright date on the board here. Yeah, here this side is a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot of dust on this side of the board. Now we do have some ROMs here from RetroResistance.com. From what I recall, they are a reputable place that will sell you reputable parts. So there we go. We have both the high ROM and the low ROM. These are replacements because the client who sent me this board thought that may have been causing the issue here. And yeah, I would have done that too. I would have replaced the ROMs. See if that resolved it. We see some little bits of solder just hanging out here. And of course, we don't want that. It's amazing what you can see with the microscope. So no blaming anybody. Hey, you didn't see that. Oh, you got your recap kits for the analog boards. Nice. I have to do that. I have an analog board kit for a Macintosh Classic 2, which have different revisions. So, you know, thankfully it's one of the ones I have. Interrupt and reset switch. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing too much of anything that stands out here. I mean, we do have the resistor that was removed and or cut for the RAM size here. So that's interesting to note. A lot of people see that on a Mac Plus board and they go, oh my goodness, there's a part hanging off. No, that people just cut it usually. They don't remove, but they just cut the resistor just because that's how memory was registered on the computer. You had to do a manual process to sort of say, hey, X amount of memory is installed. I mean, this is from 1985, when built in the factory, sold 86, 87, so yeah. Alright, so we're just looking at the bottom of the board here. Nothing really to see with the microscope. I'm just going to go to the SCSI controller area here. And all those pins look happy. Not seeing anything that would lead me to believe that anything is problematic. Wouldn't it be funny if this was all like a SCSI termination issue? Wouldn't this be hilarious if it was a SCSI termination issue? I'm not seeing any cracked solder joints or anything. We're going to get real comfy and cozy and close here. I'm not seeing anything at first glance. This won't be the last glance we get on this thing, but I'm not seeing anything there. Yeah, I mean, this thing is in pretty good shape. So let's try this. I'm going to switch over. And this may be very exciting. More exciting than the repair. Yeah, I will have to reproduce what's going on here. Mites crawl out from somewhere. Mites? Ugh, no thank you. Alright, so we got this Macintosh Classic Plus here. And this, I believe, came from TechServe, the store in New York City. Well, it didn't come directly from there. They used to be a repair shop. They closed down 2014, 2015, something like that. I forget. Anyway, this is painted. There's paint. They painted this. For whatever the heck reason, they painted this. I got this from an eWay's place in Brooklyn in May of 2020. And, yeah. It says, Macintosh Plus, this is a note I wrote on the bottom, on the top words. August 14th, 2020. Someone painted it! Exclamation mark. Painted particles inside. Needs a deep clean. Ooh, that sounds fun. Oh, that sounds fun. Sean, were you painting this computer? I mean, you could tell us. You could tell us. It's okay. Now we play the game of, where's the T8 screwdriver? Cue the Jeopardy music. Hey, I found a screwdriver. Not a T8 bit, though. Hey! Alright. It's a Mackie Plus. Let's hope Mackie is in better condition, huh? And, okay, at least the screws that are under the handle have been removed, mercifully. So, we don't have to really worry about those. Nope. This is going to be a fun one. Where the heck are all my tools? A bit problematic. Alright, that's not a T8, it's a T15 or a T10. One of those. Hold on. Yeah, where the heck are my tools? This is bad. What I warned you about this stream, that this is what it would turn into, this is exactly what it's turning into. Well, here's spare screws, but that doesn't help me. I need the opposite. Practicing piano now and watching Steve. Well, hopefully you're more in tune than I am when I do my silly singing or humming to myself on the show. The show. It's a live stream, Stephen. Mackie wants to be a Mac. I don't know. There's your song. Oh boy. Okay, where there it is. Okay. I was about to say, I just saw this darn thing. It was on the desk. But I haven't done a repair on this desk in a while. So things get moved around and stuff. I have plenty of loose screws, sir. You haven't seen the half of it. Wait, I mean, no, everything's fine here. Please send me your things to repair. I accept American Fun Bucks. Alright, so let's take the screws out of this machine. It's been a week, and it's only Wednesday. Only Wednesday. Okay, so we don't really have too much room on the desk because the microscope takes up so much space, but we're going to manage. So I'm going to put the logic board in this bin over here so we don't lose that. And we're going to remove the case from this Macintosh Plus. I keep wanting to call it a classic. I mean, it is a classic, but yeah. Alright, so let me just walk over here. I have this iMac on this table. I'm going to move that to the ground so it doesn't fall down while I move this table closer. Hold, please. And the reason I want to move this table closer is so I could position the camera to be on that table. There we go. Give us some room to breathe here. How about that? Okay, alright, so let's adjust this just slightly here. Here we go. Alright, so I believe this has been opened a few times before, and look at that. It's coming away very easily. Oh yeah, plenty of paint particles in here. That does not look fun. Why the heck did I choose this one? Yeah, we got... You can't really see it. Let me switch to the second camera so I don't have to worry about that one coming undone. This is a bad decision, huh? Bad, 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 bad. Alright, let's try and do this here. Yeah, look at this. Look at that. Paint particles everywhere. Do you think those paint particles are conductive? Well, I have my little air duster dealy thingamabobber. Maybe we'll just use that and blow the heck out of it, huh? So we do have the reefer cap right there in the center of the screen. And it doesn't look too bad. We have a logic board in there, so that's good. So let's go ahead and play the game of where did Steve put his tools, which I know is such a fun game. Everybody loves playing here. Now look at that, I found it right here. So let's move this a bit up. Extra grounding. And let's plug this in. All right, so I'm going to take the logic board out of the machine first. And cable's already unplugged. That's either a very good sign or a very bad sign. And someone's been here before. I see you've played Knifey Spoony before. Oh, there's memory in here at least. How about that? Yeah, so there's the resistor is cut on this one. You might be able to squint and see that out. But we have 4 memory modules. Board looks relatively clean. I'm going to put that to the side over here so we do not confuse our logic boards. Even though the other one has different ROMs. And yeah, let's dust the heck out of this one. Now, I will be muting the audio because nobody wants to hear all of that sound. Here's the duster. All right, so we're going to dust away, and people are going to be screaming in the comments, static electricity, blah, 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 blah. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And there we go. All right. So, yeah. That didn't clean up too terribly. There is some, little paint particles and crap on it and whatever, but it looks a little bit better. And trust me, it really does. It does. So let me just take a look at this here. I just want to have a peek at the analog board here. Everything does not seem to be in too bad of a shape, I must say. That reefer cap is always suspect. Maybe we'll replace the reefer cap while we're in here. Or should we just turn it on for a quick second, see if it does anything, and then if it actually does something, then replace the reefer cap? Because why fuss with it if it's not broken? I mean, if it doesn't work, huh? Nice cup of tea. All right, so let's take the logic board here, and we'll give that a quick dusting. Sorry for your ears. Yeah, that dust just went flying. All right, so we're going to put the original logic board back in here just because that's going to be easiest here. And we just want to do some experimentation. So we're going to be turning this on. sometimes you just have to sort of manually spread apart the metal guides just slightly, and then logic board just slides right in like that. Okay, there we go. We're going to plug the floppy drive in so we can hear any noises from the floppy drive if it does spring to life. If my fat fingers can do that correctly. Actually, let's plug in the main cord here. Sometimes people refer to this as the brain cord, and by people I mean me, because one of the first compact Macs I took apart, someone wrote brain cord on that area. So there you go. All right, so I don't think I've ever turned this on, or if I did, it was in August of 2020. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Who the frig knows? I don't remember. So I'm going to position this in such a way where if I have to go in the back and turn it off or something, I can. Actually, you know what? There we got a power cord here. Hold, please. There we go. So let me actually, there's an extension here. Let me use that. So God forbid something goes zappity zappity zap zap and blows things up, I can just rip the cord from this extension cord. So that's on, okay. So here's the extension cord. Ingenious, I know. Someone's probably yelling, "That's not safe!" Well, you know, that's... What are you gonna do? Alright, well, we'll do sort of a view here. So, I'm just gonna turn it on literally for like 20 seconds. See if the screen comes on at all, or get anything on it. We'll go from there. And hopefully, I'm not gonna be running away screaming like a little girl when the reefer cap explodes. 3, 2, 1. Well, that's a good sign. Well, the floppy drive is maybe not making a happy noise. And the screen is totally busted. Nothing at all. Alright, well, that was interesting. So, screen no wanty worky, which is upsetting. Yeah, the eject gear is probably bad. That is a great observation there, Adam. We do get some life out of this. I'm going to assume... I'm not an analog expert with this stuff at all, trust me. Everything looks to be plugged in. But, what happened is the machine bongs. We get a boop. There's the floppy eject gear is obviously broken because it's like making noises, but we don't get anything on the screen. So that leads me to believe that something is suspect with this one, and yeah. Pooh! I was really hoping this one would work. I swear I have another Macintosh Plus somewhere. Yeah, it could just be bad solder joints, but the thing is, we're trying to fix a logic board here. I don't want to go on a wild goose chase with this thing for like hours, and then we are not able to fix it. I don't have the caps for the analog board, or I would consider doing that. This Macintosh Plus board may have to wait until I could confirm to get one of these things working, because the only other Macintosh Plus I have is this one here, right there, that I know works, and that is in pristine condition. That's why it's over there, away from my hands. I did touch the brightness knob, yep, and yeah, I went both ways, went up, down, left, right, and it was not happy. You know what? If I could find the reefer, no, do I? Keith, we have a conundrum. Just see what parts I have here. But you said you weren't going to go on a wild goose chase, and here we are. I say a lot of things. Oh, I really don't want to do that. Yes, I see. The thing is, I only have like one 512K that I know works, and one 128K that's in also very good condition. So, no, the power has been unplugged. But for those of you who missed it, we'll do this one more time. and I'm hearing no sign of the CRT coming to life at all. So, yeah. So that's disappointing. Could be a number of things, but I don't know if troubleshooting this chassis is the way to go tonight. Let me take a quick tour around my basement. You guys groove to the whole music. I'm just gonna see if I have another plus that I have. Crack solder joints. I bet that if you switch it on and leave it on, give the analog a bit of a wiggle. Yeah, I mean, do I have my discharge tool here? Well, here's part of one. All right, let me take a quick look around the basement, see if I could find my other Macintosh Plus. I know I have another one that I think works. I think. So give me a minute. Let me just take a brief look around, because I gathered this one before the stream, and obviously it's not happy. And we'll go from there, maybe? Yeah, sure, why not? All right, be right back. Hey, Nate, you could guess what machines we're looking at today, and it's all because of you. It's all his fault. How's it going? Alright, so this Macintosh Plus also has dust and crap all over it, but this one is from my friend Chris. Want me to take a look at it for him, and scoop this that way a little bit. And yeah, this one's also dusty. I mean, been sitting in the garage / basement for a while. So we haven't taken too many steps here. Nate, let me just catch you up. So essentially, took a look at your logic board, could not determine any faults from visual things, so I need to find a Macintosh Plus that I could open up and plug in and such, and the one that you see the innards of, well, it wasn't really cooperating. Wow, I got myself a nice ding on my hand from hitting the back corner of this Plus. That's exciting. Alright, so we're going to try plugging in this other Macintosh Plus. Let's see if it does anything. Let me first rearrange some things here. Worst case scenario, I might have a spare logic board. Alright. Get you over here. Double Mackies. Alright. Now, this was given to me for the purposes of recapping. Let's see why. Okay, that's why. Well, that's not going to help. Alright, let me put a label on this one so I remember this for next time. My goodness, this is an exciting stream, huh, folks? Crickets, 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 crickets. My goodness. Yeah, they're all sorts of old and cranky machines. What could you expect? I had a marker here. Again, I'm unprepared. Sorry. And this is, there we go. All right, you're going to have to bite the bullet, and I know, but I don't have any of the caps for these analog boards, which is frustrating. Steve's collection of broken Mac Pluses. I actually have more broken Mac SEs than Mac Pluses at this point. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't want to disappoint Nathaniel here, but where the heck would I have a plus that... Alright, hold on. Hold on. I promise you it won't be caps. 8 hours later. Well, Bruce, you were wrong. Oops. Alright, let me see. I have a 512 or a 128K. I guess we could sacrifice opening it up. It won't be too angry at us, hopefully. Oh boy. Starting to all gang up on me. Joe's back-ish. Okay, so this one doesn't have a logic board in it because the logic board is actually a 128K Macintosh logic board with a Macintosh Plus upgrade on it. So that board is on the shelf, but you'll see this is the original 128. Okay, pretty. It is missing the battery cover because that's where the SCUSI port was added to this darn thing. Yes, this had a SCUSI port right here. So, but this case is in pretty darn good condition. All the screws have been removed from it, so we're safe to remove it. I believe this one is happy though. I hope so. The cloth comes out for the older machines. I mean, there's some pry marks here when someone was trying to open this up, and let's just double check, triple check, quadruple check. No screws. Good. Yeah, the SCSI cable is with the logic board on the shelf over there. I did a live stream about this when I got it, but I did not do much else with it further than that. Yeah, the Velcro has, I cut the Velcro. There we go. Yeah, so there were these add-on cords that people would add onto these machines. It would piggyback the CPU. And that's how you would add extra memory and stuff like that. So the case is not in beautiful shape. There's some nicks and scratches and stuff, but I still have like 2 of these machines, so very much keen to keep that in good shape. Come on. There we go. There we go. That's awesome, Adam. Oh, that's awesome. All right, so we have our 128K here. We are missing the floppy cable, but that's okay. We have a reefer cap that actually doesn't look like it's in too bad of a shape. That's surprising. So let's take, I guess we could use, you know what? No, let's not do that. What was I going to do? I'm going to take the logic board from, we already put it back in the Plus. Darn it! Well, I guess we could see if this board wants to work. This is the questionable board. Then we're going to steal the floppy cable too. All right. Hey, back in the day, going to Goodwill and picking up some TiVos that required a yearly subscription and ripping the hard drive out of them for like 10, 20 bucks a pop was a viable source of semi-reliable hard drives. So this is just the, I don't even know if this logic board will work, but we'll find out. This was from, well, it did chime, but it did show no video on the other machine. Alright, so, oh, sorry, let's see. I recently received a second plus and has Velcro on the front for anti-glare screen, as well as Velcro on the side. I assume it was for paper holder. Yes, that is correct. The paper holders were very, very popular accessories for these machines. All right, that is some thin wiring on this cable. That is some very thin wiring carrying the voltage on this cable, but sure, that's fine. Is this not going in all the way because of the memory modules? Oh, it's just... yeah, it's not. Hey, oh, maybe it's just the metal tabs here. Yeah, it's just these little tabs. Kind of. No, this does not want to. Well, we don't have to get this in 100%. It's going to just not have the case on. We're fine with that. The floppy cable is going to be cranky though, because there's not a lot of give here. Pooh. Yeah, I mean, I honestly can't recall if plus boards can actually fit perfectly in 128K boards. Here, let's... let's just have a good look at this thing. Make sure we're not doing anything silly. I mean, we are. What else is expected of us? No, yeah, that's sort of seated as it could. Yeah, there it goes. It was just kind of not seated correctly before, but now it's fine. Now it's happy. So we're going to plug in the floppy disk drive here. There we go. Yeah, I thought there shouldn't be a reason, but sillier things have happened, folks. Sillier things have happened. Alright, so this machine should work. Wow, that's a thin anode cable cap or whatever the heck. The wiring is very different on these early ones. How about that? All right, so let's get our breakaway cable for safety reasons. It's already turned on. That's not good. All right. And let's get some picture-in-picture action going here. How about that? Let's make a new OBS thingy. 1 second. Because why the heck not? Let's just set this up here. We want our camera. And so just take me one moment, folks. That didn't work. There we go. There's a side view. Wow, that's laggy. Well, it made the transition there and it blew out all the color anyway. Alright, so you're going to see me do it live. So that's the side view here. And let's add the other. Sorry, guys. This will just take a moment. right, that's kind of good, I guess. Like that. And then like that. And then like that. So that might be okay. And then we just need our audio here. This should have been done before, but I didn't think of it before. But now we'll have it forever, assuming I don't break it. Okay, so hopefully you can still hear me. Doing it live. And get the camera here. So I'm going to point this camera here so you can see if there's a screen popping up there. There we go. And then you get the back view in case something goes. Let's hope it doesn't, but you know, be prepared for anything here. All right, so we got that plugged into there, this plugged into here, and let's plug her in. Nice loud chime there. And we get an image on the screen. Fan-freaking-tastic. All right, cool. So this is a good candidate. Oh, I didn't see if it did the flappy the question mark guy. So you still have the square. It has not turned to the round corners, but it does have 4 megabytes of memory. Maybe there's a memory issue. Oh, there we go. Hey, how about that? Let focus. There we go. Excellent. All right, so this works. It just was taking some time to check the memory there. It's funny when you don't do that often. You're like, oh, that takes a while. Oh, thank you very much, Garth. Appreciate it. Time for you to make supper. Well, good luck with your supper, and thank you very much for the super chat. Eep! Oh, well, the camera's over here. Hi, thank you. All right, cool. So, all right, so this machine is alive. That's good. So we can do some testing here of the logic board that Nate has sent us. Oh, that's right. You can skip the memory test. I forgot. I might have completely forgot about that until now. In other words, I learned something. All right, so that will be over here. So now that we know that the analog board works, it's not going to fry anything. Here is Nate's board here. And Nate, do you want to remind me of what SCSI devices you tried? What, did you say it was a zip disk drive, like a zip 100 drive? Did you try a SCSI 2SD or an old hard drive or anything else like that? Logic Lord. Logic Lord. Logic Lord. All right, so let's get all our ducks in a row here. Now, I do have that over easy adapter that Tom gave me at VCF East. I have not soldered it together yet. But, I don't know, maybe I should just do that. Make things easier for myself. I do have a SCSI cable that pretty much does the same thing. If it was here. Let me switch back to the view that is normal view. Normal view. Normal view. Why are we all washed out? Oh, camera settings are fun. Aren't they? Let's just do this and then back here. All right, so done. Okay, so why is it all washed out again? Sorry, let me just fuss with this camera setting here because it's makes me look paler than I am. Now I'm too dark. That's a happy medium. All right, so yeah, the singing already started. Attempted a zip 100, a zip 100 plus, and a hard drive, Quantum 512. Generally, it just locked up if I tried to interact with the media, but it would detect the drive. Okay. Interesting. Okay. All right, so let me go get a SCSI cable. Hopefully that won't take too long, and I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. Organization? What's organization? What's organization? You like my new necklace? Alright, so this is going to be interesting. So, I think it would just be easier if I just build this over easy 2 adapter. It's very easy. I just have to solder 75 pins. With drag soldering, you'll be a snap. Ugh. So, let's just do that. Then I won't have to worry about that again. Does that seem like a worthy segue? No? Yes? You're calling your lawyers? That's great. Alright, so let's put these screws over here because I forget what they go to, and I'll figure that out tomorrow. Or never. Of course, the soldering iron got tangled because it's a cable, and all the cables in my basement get tangled. So, yes, so we'll take a look at this. So this is a Kensington Turbo Mouse. This is a trackball. I got this in exchange for doing some recap work, which I have yet to do, but it works for the first Macintosh series, so that's the 128K, the 512K, and the Plus, so we will be using that. Alright, yeah, we could use this power cable for our soldering iron. Why the heck not? It's here anyway. Okay, and we need our flux. How about that? It was right there. That's scary. Here, and solder. Hey, the big 1 pound thing of solder that seldom leaves this desk is exactly somewhere. Let's check the drawers here. Someone just sent me an Apple II clone to repair. Ooh, very nice. Oh, here's the solder. All right, excellent. All right, so this is where you will be clicking on the chapter if you're watching this live stream after it has aired, and if you are, my apologies to you. But we're going to do this over Easy 2 adapter. This guy right here. If you do a search for it, you could find it on GitHub. I believe, yes, Steven Arsenault is the individual who created this thing. And it's over Easy 2, a DB25 to 50 pin SCUSI adapter. And it, worked fine with your BlueSCSI or whatever else, but that's basically what it is. It's 3 pieces. There's a little PCB. Then you have the 50 pin connector, and then you have the 25 pin where my thumb is. So do some soldering, and we should have that all done, huh? Then we don't have to ever worry about that again, do we? Let's just untangle this wire so I can put this fan in here. So I have some illusion of not inhaling all of those materials into my lungs. Yes, Steven is excellent. He's made very, 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 very handy adapters. This being one of them. So I'm very excited to put this together. I've not done this before, but it should be exciting. Yes, the Tinker Different team. Exactly. Exactly. So if those of you who have no idea what the heck Tinker Different is, and this camera should be over here really because we're being closer now. Hi. Tinker Different is a brand new community that has just launched over the past few days. We already have so much interest in it, which is amazing. But essentially it's a new forum, new community. There is a Discord channel too. But anything computer related, Apple, IBM, all people of electronic backgrounds, either you're a novice or you're just interested in what the heck all this old stuff is, join the group. A bunch of us in the chat have already done so. I am one of the folks behind it. I'm not taking the credit for anything, but just saying, I'm proud to be one of the people that helped get it alive, let's just say. And yeah, so fun times. I'm very, very excited. And I hope that a lot of people are going to continue to join the group. I post a lot of stuff there. A bunch of other smart people post a lot of stuff there. Thank you very much, Joe, for the link there. Ron, hey, how's it going? And yeah, so join that. Now, I just want to make sure I have this 50-pin thing here correctly. We do have a little white score there. So I believe That is telling us this is where that goes. And we're going to test that because the BlueSCSI would sit like this. Yeah, that's the only way it could go. Excellent. All right, so let's start soldering things and doing the stuff. How about that? All right, so the soldering iron has not been turned on in many a millennia. Hopefully it doesn't go supersonic and glow orange, because that would be bad. It'd be very bad. Beep. All right, good. That's what we like to hear. We like to hear beep. All right, so I'm glad a lot of people like the site because I'm very excited about it. I am of the thought process of too much flux ain't a bad thing. So I'm gonna add, when I'm almost out of this this particular tube of flux, I'm going to add a good amount on just a few of these pins in the corner here, just so we make a solid connection. And that way we could continue soldering this without things being wiggly wobbly. Alright, there we go. And do you need a microscope for this type of work? Not really. Am I going to use it because it's right in front of me? Heck yeah. If it went super bright orange again, I'm getting the heck out of here. Alright, so let's get this started. And again, we're doing the corners first just to make sure everything is going to be cemented in there and not going to go anywhere. Yeah, mine hasn't done it since I changed the settings to prevent it from doing such silly business. So let's hope that's a permanent thing. Alright, and yeah, sure. Alright, so we have a bit more pins to go. Let me put in the other connector as well and see if that's going to hinder us from... Yeah, let's leave that connector until we're done. We'll just work on this for now. And get going. I can hear everybody saying, "You're doing it wrong! This is the wrong flux. You're doing the thing. You're supposed to use the thing with the other thing." And yeah, that's nice. I do things how I do things, and you could do things how you do things. That's, you know, there's plenty of different techniques to soldering or this or that and whatever the heck. And that's, you know, I don't have the steadiest hands in the world and all that fun stuff. But you know what? You know what? Exactly. I haven't soldered something in months. Maybe it shows. And yeah, so how's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully everyone's doing okay. Sorry for this little detour, but it's a necessary one. It'll save me time, and it'll give me one more adapter to lose in the basement. So sometimes I'm not waiting long enough for everything to heat up here, so. But we'll go back and do some touch-ups if needed. That's the good thing about soldering. You could always undo it most of the time. And I'll take a little toothbrush with some isopropyl alcohol and get all the residue flux and gunk out of here, you know, because it's not going to be looking pretty if you don't do that. And maybe I'll clean up the BlueSCSI I have, which is really nasty because all the flux just attracts all the dust and stuff and everything gets stuck to it. But those are a little too large, but that's okay. An Apple II clone sounds interesting, Adam. If somebody lends me $50,000, there's a Unitron Macintosh 512K bootleg. Unitron was a Brazilian manufacturer. It's on the equivalent of one of those Etsy type stores or whatever in Brazil. And my goodness, that would be cool to just open up and take a look at and just explore. But $50,000 is $50,000. So I've kindly asked my good friend Sean of Action Retro to foot the bill, and he said absolutely. Obviously, I'm kidding. No, it's just one of those interesting things. I did a Macintosh clone video, part 1. Part 2 will be out as soon as I could find the time to make it happen. But the Unitron Macintosh was an unauthorized clone. But, you know, Apple stepped in because whether it was the truth or not, they believed that Unitron was using Macintosh ROM chips, which were, of course, copyrighted. Unitron had claimed that they made their own ROM in a clean room and therefore did not infringe on any Apple copyrights. But the machines that Apple got their hands on, through one way or another, had the Apple official ROM on them. So, however that came to be, maybe it was a mix-up, maybe they got the wrong one, well, they hit the roof. And obviously, the Unitron never was publicly released. About 500 or so units, from what I recall correctly, were actually produced, or maybe in testing of various types. Some of those machines actually had 2 floppy drives, something that would not be in a Macintosh, internally at least, until the Macintosh 2 years later. But the Unitron is a very interesting piece of Apple Macintosh history, especially as far as Macintosh clones go. So I thought that was really cool. Really cool. Yes, everyone's waiting on number 2, and that's one of those episodes that it just takes a heck of a lot of time because there's a lot of research involved. There's a script written, I will say. And, you know, that's really at that stage right now. So I'm doing more research, making sure I have some nice visuals to show. And we'll get to that when we get to that. So let me catch up on the chat here. Okay. I already have like 3, so... All right. No, it's not that Mr. Polka Dots guy. Ha ha ha. Asking $1,500 for an iMac G3. What? They aren't worth $150 unless it's like fully recapped in a pretty color or something. Like, you know, a flower power or something like that. Like, my goodness, that's expensive. Hello from Brazil. Hey, Marcos. We were just talking about Brazil, the Unitron company. But my goodness, $150 for an iMac G3? That is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, let's double check our work here to make sure we didn't make a fool out of ourselves and we can see all the extra flux here. But that's okay. Looks pretty good. Yeah, it helps when the keyboard's connected to the logic board there, Adam. 2 people from Brazil. Haha. Oh, Thomas B. Thomas, getting your attention. Thomas B. In the chat yesterday, you said you would send me an email. I never got your email. Mac84tv@gmail.com. You said you had a LC575 board of some kind for Anthony. Thomas, please send me an email. I did not get your email. I don't know if it went to spam or whatever. Mac84tv, as in television, @gmail.com is the email address. please send me an email so I could put you in touch with the other individual, and we could get all that sorted. So I would appreciate if you did that, because the other guy emailed me, but I don't have your email. So I don't know if it got stuck in the tubes or whatever. But the Outbound, then there's the Kobe, then there's the Dynamac. There were plenty of those fun bits. Yeah, all of them are featured in the Macintosh clone video I made. So there you go. Yeah, that'll hold it. Yes, the Outbounds used real Mac ROMs, as did the Mac Kobe, as did a bunch of others, because that was like really the only way to, well, I guess the path of least resistance was to just buy the hardware from Apple and then modify the heck out of it to your own thing. But all right, so we anchored down the DB25 connector here. We have 25 more pins to solder, and then hopefully this adapter will be in good shape. And again, adding too much flux, but who cares? I'm paying for it anyway, so I don't, that's what I'm doing. All right, so here we go. And now the adapter's sort of sitting at an angle, so that's going to make it a little bit easier. Before it was sort of teeter-tottering. But hope everyone is having a nice night. Do you guys get a lot of trick-or-treaters for Halloween, and the places that you actually may celebrate that type of stuff? We got one batch of kids. We usually don't get trick-or-treaters. Our house is situated just in a certain way where, like, the back of it kind of faces one of the side streets, and the other is sort of a busy street, so we don't really get a lot of trick-or-treaters, never have, really. Which, it's kind of dumb, because it's like, oh, hey, Halloween, here's some candy. So we had one group of kids come up, and there was like 6 or 7 of them, so that was good. But I guess it was also good there wasn't a barrage of them, because I didn't really have any candy, so I went out like the day of and said, oh, just get some candy just in case. And there was like slim pickings. Everyone already got what they wanted, and all the Christmas candy was already out, which was very depressing. How is it almost the end of the year already? And that is that. Hopefully. Let's take a good look at this. Alright, that should be good. Back in the day, you'd give out apples. We usually do the hide with the lights off. Unitron Mac, what a story. We'll have more videos about clones. Steve, yes, you will. So my clone series is going to really focus on the PowerPC clones, but I wanted to start from the beginning. So I do mention the Unitron. I do mention the Apple II Unitron clone in that video. So if you have not checked out that video about Macintosh clones, it is on my YouTube channel, The Rise and Fall of Macintosh Clones Part 1. Please check that out. All right, so now we're just going to clean this with some isopropyl alcohol here. Get all of that flux out of here. Not that the flux is going to harm anything, but it's going to cause crap to stick to it and blah, 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 blah. That looks mostly better. As you can see, my BlueSCSI has seen a lot of use. Look at all the rabbit hair that's just attuned to the bottom of it. Let's clean that up before Tom starts crying. The other Tom. The BlueSCSI Tom. BlueSCSI abuse! BlueSCSI abuse! Anything that has a sticky residue on it will eventually get rabbit hair on it. That is just the law of this basement. And it's not my basement. I'm leasing it from our pet bunnies. And that is exactly what I agreed to when we bought the house. Oh, Steven, you're funny. Yeah. I'm here all night. Alright, so. She's doing well. The bunny is recovering. She kind of, sort of bit a hole where she wasn't supposed to bite a hole. And scared the bejesus out of us because, you know, spend hours and hours of driving the rabbit to and from the vet and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on bandage changes and vet visits and all this stuff, only to have the rabbit, you know, rip through the cone she had on and try and take a bite out of herself again. Lovely. But other than that, she is doing okay. So thank you very much for the kind thoughts. Hopefully she will not have any more issues of that kind, because it's not been fun, I'll tell you that. Do you have an Apple LaserWriter Pro 630? I believe I answered that question to you, Nick, ages ago, and the answer is yes, but it doesn't really work. Hair all night. Oh boy. Yeah, I do feed them. But anyway, she's a good girl. She's just a cranky one. All right, so now that we have that sort of cleaned up, I think we could test it. There's still a lot of gunk on here, so I'm just... It's not under this set-top box. That would be sad. I actually have no idea where that laser printer... Oh no, it's on the bottom of that shelf over there. That's the only place it would frickin' fit. I wish there was like a non-fuzzy thing that I could use to... Like a lint-free cloth I have or something. Just because every time I try and get some of the alcohol off of this, we're just getting little hairs all over the place. But I guess they're not going to harm anything. But, yeah. I have to clean the top of the BlueSCSI now too, because this Arduino pill looks nasty. Looks all brown. And that's just because flux. Sorry for the noise. Shouldn't cause any problems if I plugged it in as is, but I just like to be careful. Alright. So if you had a Mac84 drinking game, one of the rules would be take a drink every time someone mentions the set-top box. You know, I was going to bring it to VCF East, but it wasn't one of those things I just wanted to leave on the table and someone could just, like, walk away with. Not that that would happen, but... yeah. Also, it doesn't really do anything. You have to do a lot of stuff just to do things with it. Yeah, we're not touching that Quadra 840 AV on another live stream. Not for a while. We have a boatload of repairs to do. And look at this. This one repair is taking me ages just to set up. So, how many Macs I have? I actually don't say that, Bruce. I think that's your joke. That's the joke. Alright, so hopefully this over easy adapter will work, and let me just show you what that is. And let's switch cameras because that'll be easier. So here's a BlueSCSI. Let's bring the camera closer. Hi. Here's a BlueSCSI. Here's an over easy adapter. And so the BlueSCSI has a 50-pin SCSI port on it. The over easy adapter allows you to adapt that to a traditional 25-pin male connector that you would plug in to the back of a Macintosh. Like that. Hey Alex, welcome to the chat. So what we've done is we've soldered on all the connectors for the Over Easy 2 adapter. Again, this is available on GitHub by the great and all-powerful... Where's the darn package? I was going to say the guy's name. Steven Arsnault. ARSENAULT. Just search for Over Easy on GitHub and you will find it. So there we go. Thank you very much, Tom, for the donation of this adapter. And we're going to plug it right into our BlueSCSI. Just like that. Oh, man, look at that. Fancy. Alright, so. Hey, Wells, how's it going? The sunny side up adapter. Okay, so now the fun part is making sure that this card actually has the operating system that I want on it. So we're going to do that. Hopefully. Alright, so let's turn this fan off and use its USB cable to plug in this SD card reader and back the camera up so you don't have to look up my nose. Thank you very much, Zodium, for the super chat. Eep! Wait, there we go. You need the full Eep experience here. Sorry about that. Accept no imitations. Eep! Thank you very much for the super chat. Alright. 724. No. Oh, God. I'd be dead. I would be dead, and nobody would ever blame my wife. Okay, so... well, he had 700 computers. I mean, can you really blame her? Why are you talking like a 1940s newsie? Alright, so we have our 8GB SCUSI 2SD card here. That's a BlueSCSI. I don't know why I keep mixing these terms up. It's as if I haven't used them before. Alright, so let's put... a different system on here. Pooh. I think the disk images I have are in another place. Your disk images are in another castle. I think I have one here. Let me grab one. 1 second. Hey, Tom! We were just talking about you. You missed it. I just assembled the Over Easy 2 adapter that you had graciously donated to me. So thank you. We did some hot soldering action, and we're using it to test a Macintosh Plus, or at least troubleshoot a Macintosh Plus. Yeah. Alright, so let's go here. I'm going to download some... I think I actually have a BlueSCSI image already on here. Let me just get one here. That would be System 6 compatible. Even if I used it for the Macintosh Portable, that should be okay. Let me just check BlueSCSI backups. Here we go. Macintosh Portable, 256 megs. Perfecto. So let's just copy that over. Hopefully only good things. Yes, of course. A failure. I have the failure music for SimCity for a Super Nintendo stuck in my head. I don't know why. It's the simple things that happen that we were like, huh? What? Alright, so that is copying over to the little SD card here. I tell you, I'm redoing a lot of the there's a lot of crap in this area, right where the backdrop is for where I present my videos and stuff like that. I'm basically emptying out some of these shelves and pieces of furniture and redoing this whole area. The idea is to move this streaming desk there, and I'm so excited for doing that because then I'd have more space for like a permanent place for the SD card reader and stuff like that. Just these little things that just drive me crazy. Alright, so we're going to keep that. Let me rename this image just so it doesn't try to boot off of that. That's fine. And Bob's your uncle. There we go. Alright, so let's eject that. And that little SD card should be happy. And we should put this into the BlueSCSI. I don't know what's going on in the chat. I'm very confused. Anyway, oh, Macintosh division of Sony. Oh, okay. Interesting clone keyboard you have there, Adam. That's very interesting. All right, so now that we have this BlueSCSI adapter that should hopefully work, and every time I touch it, more hair and junk just gets all over it. I need like, hold on. Jay gave me these brushes. Of course, Jay's not here for me to use them, but they're dry, so they should just be able to Oh, look at that. That works a treat, kind of. Yeah, that's pretty good. Sweet. Thank you, Jay, for the donation. House of Moth is his YouTube channel. Jay does not often live stream about beige stuff, but when he does, he goes all in. Very exciting. All right, so let's turn off the microscope. Let's move that a bit back there so I have some room to put the Macintosh on the table here. And we're knocking things over because that's what we do. Unplug the power from the soldering station. We will need that for the Macintosh. Where can I get that DB25 adapter? This is on GitHub. I will make Tom a moderator, because why the heck not? Tom, can you please paste in the GitHub page for this lovely over easy 2 SCUSI adapter? I think everyone would appreciate that. Oh boy. I noticed that light wasn't on, so yeah, everything was a little dim in the basement. Apologies. Power's gonna go right to his head. Oh boy. Yeah, well, that's okay. That's okay. War games. Oh, that's a good one. Alright, so here is a Macintosh Plus logic board in... Bring this out of here. Move this down a bit. Macintosh Plus logic board that Nathaniel had sent us for troubleshooting. And here's our BlueSCSI adapter. Now, Bruce wins. No fighting. So, I'm assuming... Oh, actually, no, that's right. The Macintosh Plus does not do termination power. Is that correct? So I'll need to power this via a USB thingamabobber, correct? Or am I just making an ass out of myself? Please correct me if I'm wrong, because I can't remember. I'd say it's late, but it's not even 10 p.m., so I can't use that excuse. Well, I could use all the excuses I want, but... No termination power. By default. Yes, we were talking a little bit about this earlier. Alright, so I got a USB cable that's just hanging around here. Let's just unplug it from the Macintosh logic board and plug it into the BlueSCSI to make sure it actually shows signs of life. Yeah, we got some blinkety lights. We got red, solid, no blinks or anything like that. That's good. Where did I put my phone? There it is. Sorry, just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh my, Sean, I just saw your photo. That is just in time. Good luck with that, buddy. I'm not going to spoil what it is, but oof. May the luck of the PowerBook 2400 smile upon ye. Alright, so we're going to plug this in to our Macintosh Plus logic board, and it's all snug and happy. Look at that. Alright, and yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. We're going to have the mouse plugged in. I don't have the keyboard here set up, but we'll grab one if we need to. We got our power cable here. Crunchy, delicious. It looks delicious, Sean. It really looks delicious. All right, so let's give this a go. That was not a good sign, was it? What the heck was that all about? Okay. Is something just like touching where it shouldn't? Let's unplug this mouse. What? Eric, you're using a Lido driver. I am? What? What'd I do? Huh? What? Ooh, what? What? Eric, what are you referring to? What'd I do? What'd I do? What'd I do? Oh, I probably am. Maybe? How did you know? Anyway, we have a bigger problem. The logic board does not seem to want to cooperate anymore. Oh, that's right. This one doesn't have any memory in it. I'm an idiot. Hold on. That's why it's not happy. Lido to format the image. Okay, so that will not work on this machine. Is that accurate? Here I am ready to use Nate's logic board, and I realize there's no memory in the darn thing. Lido, whatever. I can't pronounce anything. I can't even pronounce my own name. It does not. No, it does. It does make those weird noises. Okay. I sent you RAM. Yes. Let me look in the box. You did? Let me undo all the packaging here. I do not see any memory. Well, either way, I'll steal some out of this machine, and it might be on a little Ziploc bag up in the corner of the room. Oh, okay. It does make those weird noises with Lido. Okay. Well, let's put some memory in first. Because machine not happy. And we'll make sure that I return your memory modules if you did send them to me, sir. I'll make sure that I return them to you. Curious that they're not in the box, because I didn't really take this out, except for as soon as I got it, just to make sure everything was in there. But we'll keep a look at it. Hey, Tech Knight, how's it going? My goodness, now we have to all be on our best behavior and look like we know what we're doing, because Tech Knight is here. And he'll be like, what the heck are you doing? You're doing it wrong. Nah, he's a very nice guy. So let's actually put some memory in here. Lido, whoa, hey, oh. Alright, so put some memory in this thing. I don't know how it's pronounced. Lido, Ludel, Ladle, Loodle, Noodle? Let's just call it the noodle. That'll make people happy. Oh, Retro Techie. Oh, what are we going to do with you? What are we going to do with you? I don't know. What are we going to do with you? Alright. We have no room on this desk for the microscope and this Macintosh. This will make for an interesting stream. Alright, so. My baloney has a first name. It's Lido. Alright, let's just see if this Macintosh Plus is happy without anything else plugged into it. There we go. Loud and freaking clear. Alright. Is that what this has been the whole time? Because I haven't liked a video or something of yours? That's why you think I have a room of cubes? Alright, so I'm installing the BlueSCSI adapter doohickey. Let's see if this works, then we'll try and figure out why the heck everyone's yelling about Lido in the stream. Because I didn't read all the comments, let me just tell you that. Ooh, is it an iBook G3? Because apparently those tend to stink up. Let's wait for that cursor. Wait for the memory check to go through. I didn't hold down the button to... There we go. Oh, the mouse doesn't want to work. That's excellent. It's not plugged in, that's why, you idiot. Alright, so, cool beans. It doesn't want to like that image. probably why everyone was yelling at me before. You fight it too much. Makes me think you have a room full of cubes and TAMs. I don't have any TAMs ever. GIF is pronounced GIF. Fight me. All right, so let's scroll up in the lovely chat here, or maybe you guys could just repeat yourself because I have no idea what the heck you guys are talking about. So this BlueSCSI image thing was using a Macintosh portable disk image that I had made. I don't know if I used Lido, whatever it was. Yeah. I thought you had the BlueSCSI hooked up when it was making that noise. That's what happens when you boot with a plus with an image that was formatted with Lido. Interesting. I had no idea that was a thing. Alright, so we do have a floppy disk drive, and we do have our floppy MU. So let's just cut to the chase and use that instead of torturing ourselves endlessly. Well, thank you very much, Wells. I trained for the Lido game. I'm just going to say Lido, and my apologies to the inventor. Alright, so we got a bunch of things plugged into the back of this. We got our BlueSCSI. We got our floppy MU. I guess you could call it EMU if you like emus better than emulators, but there you go. Yeah, no keyboard, but why not? Just do it. Boo! So let's just open up a System 6 disk here, and hopefully that'll boot right up. And I'm taking a screenshot of what Bruce is saying, because that's useful information. Alright, so we're booting from the virtual floppy disk here. Sorry for the rolling image on the screen. That's going to happen. Let's bend this down a little bit. Sometimes that helps when you're closer to the screen. The bars don't roll as much, but yeah, what are you going to do? Alright, so we do have 0 SCUSIs. Oh, this trackball actually works. How about that? Ooh, that's fun. Whee! Alright, so there is, there's no SCUSI going on here. Zodium, thank you for the... That's a very odd amount, but I'll take it. Eep, thank you very much for the additional super chat. 169. Alright, and, okay. Let's see if it's recognizing the memory correctly. There we go. We have 4 whole megabytes. Oh, well, thank you very much, Alex. Eep! All the eeps. Alright, so, something's going on here. Let's shut her down. So, why no worky? Why no worky? Well, let's take out the SD card here and just re-put it in there. Sometimes it gets a little loose. And let's try this again. Something... Oh, that was just the... I thought something popped. I got scared. Made noise, loud noises. I need to make a custom System 6 disk image that will actually have like proper tools and stuff like that. I am woefully unprepared for something like this, but yeah. I'm woefully unprepared for testing SCUSI issues. So it's booting off the floppy again. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, Tech Knight. Nokia LCD. Nice. That's awesome. Alright. I don't think it's going to see the SCUSI drive. Yeah, I mean, it might not have the right format or anything like that. Well, no, this is just the webcam. This is just the webcam. It looks beautiful in person. This webcam is like... It's not happy. Yes, please like the video if you have not done so already. We have 60 people watching. My goodness, hi. Hi. Yeah, I'm sort of at a loss here of how to continue, because, well, I guess I could here, let's do this. Let's shut this down. Let's try and get a confirmed working system on this SD card, because I'm just assuming things here. And when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. Hey, I think they're just all here expecting some giveaway or something, and I don't have anything to give away. Not anything anybody would want anyway. Well, thank you very much, ZombieGeek33. Very, very much appreciated. Yes, startup sound is very loud. I'm sorry, I cannot control that. The volume of my voice. I have an iMac G3, gray screen folder flashing a question mark. How do I solve it? I do not have a system CD. Well, does your iMac have a FireWire port, or does it only have a USB port? Let's start there. Does it have a tray load CD-ROM drive or a slot load CD-ROM drive? Let's start there. Good luck, Nate. Oh, thank you very much, Adam. Eep! Analog board recap money. Thank you very much. That will be greatly used for recapping purposes. All right, let's move this microscope a little bit back so it's not going to be hitting into the back of this computer as I tinker around with it. There we go. Eep for the analog board. All right, so let's just think about this logically. We can't push it up to 88 miles an hour. Does this one work? I just pull a Macintosh out from under the thing and say, does it work? Does it work? Oh, well, no worries, Alex. I appreciate it. It's the thought that counts. Thank you very, 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 very much. What is he plugging in? You'll see. Yeah, I don't think that one's happening. Ow. So I'm just trying to think of a machine that I can... Oh, no worries, Tech Knight. You can catch a stream anytime you feel like. Mac84, here is a Mac Plus image with System 6 and 7. Oh, Tom, you saving me from rummaging through half-working Macintoshes to try and get this to work. You, sir. That is very kind of you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to try and download that and see if it yells at us. Come on. Downloading. 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 Thank you very, very much. That's saving me a lot of time. Eric gets credit for making the image. Well, thank you very much, Eric. And Tom was the delivery driver. How about that? All right, so let's yank this card out of here. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea for me to format the SD card if this doesn't work, huh? All right. Go. Okay. And so let's go to our downloads folder. I just have the power to post things. That's right. And don't you forget it. Oh, boy. All right. So let's go here. And it's the Mac Plus one. Let's double click on that. Let's go to the SD card here. All right. System 6 and 7. What is this witchcraft? Alright, so, yeah, we're just going to pop that over here. And I'm just renaming the disk images already on this disk as HDX0, like just to throw it off, so it's not using the proper naming convention. I'm assuming it would just skip over those files, but if that's a really stupid idea, please tell me. So, yeah. Alright, it's copying a gigabyte of stuff over there, so there we go. Saving the day, saving the day. Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack is underrated. Alright, so we're waiting for that to copy over. I have a very slow SD card reader and very cheap SD card, so that's just going to take a minute or so. And yeah. All right, cool. Glad to know I'm not being a complete fool. Just looking around. I thought I had a spare, not a spare, but a Macintosh 128K keyboard. I do have that adapter, but I think a wire came loose on it, so I can't use it. I have an adapter that will let me use a 128K, a different keyboard with a 128K machine. That's actually an IBM PS2 style keyboard. Adam says he put a BlueSCSI in an old external drive case and put a bunch of systems on it, 5 different SCSI IDs, and now you can boot to any Mac. Well, that makes a lot of sense. I should do that. I should really do that. I should really do that. I have to buy another BlueSCSI from Eric or Tom. I should really do that. That's a very good idea. That's originally what I had my SCSI 2SD set up for, but then the SD card got like kind of corrupted on there, so and I haven't bothered to redo that. So that's that. But yes, that's an excellent idea, Adam. I used to have a SCSI drive, like an old external SCSI drive that I did that too. All right, so we're going to eject that SD card. I'm going to put it back in the BlueSCSI. I'm going to plug it into power, make sure it blinks, and make sure it blinks all happy, because if it doesn't blink happy, then you know you done goofed up. So, all right, so it's just a solid power light, which means it's happy. Yay! Hopefully. All right, so let's plug her in. And we're not even going to plug in the floppy MU. We're just going to see if it'll boot off of its own power here. And let's try it out. Oh, that's loud. That's a loud one there. At least you know the speaker works. Yeah, my SCSI 2SD card just got like very corrupted. Probably just because I like shut the machine off and did all sorts of nonsense with it. But yeah. Well, there's different keyboard commands. Soda is the way I remember it. Shift, Option, Delete, Apple. Alright, so it's now booting off the SCSI thing, which is to be expected from the symptoms that Nate told us. Nate, it would never boot off of it automatically, right? You had to boot from a disk, and then it would it would detect something, but then it would get all upset, right? But yes, the exactly what Adam said in there. Soda is Command, Option, Shift, Delete, or Apple instead of Command, and then hold down the number, and that's the SCSI ID number. So there you go. Not all of the machines support that, I don't believe. It's I forget which ones. Yay! Alright, so we would need a boot disk that also had like silver lining or something, or SCSI probe or whatever. So, well, we've definitely confirmed there's something weird going on with the hardware. Before I go further in this, I do want to ultrasonically clean this board. I don't see anything that's like really standing out as like it looks horrible, but there's a lot of dust and grime. It would not surprise me at all if there's just like a bunch of crud under something and it's causing it to be unhappy. So since we've had a bit of a play around with it, I'm going to just do that and then we'll come back to this. I can't do that right now because it's going to make an awful lot of noise and everyone would leave the stream. But we're going to move on to another thing, and we'll return to this one shortly, hopefully. How does that sound? All right, let's put this back over here. Okay, and actually here, while we have the Mac Plus out, let's test this board to see if this board works. I'm just curious. Since we already have the darn thing out. Alright, let's take the logic board out. No. I did post on the Tinker Different forum. That's tinkerdifferent.com. If you have not heard me talk about the website before, go there. It's a great website. Just launched, excellent community. A lot of famous people. Anyway, I just posted on the Tinker Different forum abbreviated saga of my iMac G3 and IRDA infrared camera shenanigans. And so if anybody has any tips or whatever, go read my post. I have all the details of what I tried and all that nonsense. And go from there. If you have any suggestions or you have a piece of software you want me to try, I'm all for it. So there you go. There you go. Now, Nate, just while I have you here, is there any particular sentimental attachment to this exact logic board for your Macintosh Plus? The reason being, let's say I cannot find the SCUSI fault on there. Let's say I have no idea what the heck is going on. Let's say it's a lost cause, but I could just give you a replacement Mac Plus board for a cost. Would that be an option that you would be willing to accept? You don't have an answer now, but I figured while you're on the chat, maybe you have an answer. But yeah, there you go. I found my IRDA adapter. The software is Windows 95 stuff. Oh, that sounds like fun. That actually does sound like fun. Dangerous fun. Danger is my middle name. Fluorescent lights put out ton of IR. Oh, these are not real fluorescent lights. These are LED bulbs. These are not fluorescent lights. They look like them, but that's as far as that goes. Okay, sure. Yeah, but we'll give it a try. Don't worry. I am not one to easily give up. That's why these repairs sometimes take so long, as everyone can tell. Hopefully not everyone just thinks I'm slacking, because that's definitely not the case here. Because Bruce will tell you, and a lot of other people who recap these machines will tell you, 9 times out of 10 it's never a simple recapping. And this one I knew was not a recapping from the start. It was, there's a problem somewhere, and we have to diagnose it, we have to resolve the problem, etc. But it's these days, more often than not, all the machines that just required a simple recap, yeah, those have been dealt with already. Now it's all like the interesting problematic machines. So there you go. Alright, it just won't use SCUSI. I know, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. So annoying. Make a notification tone. That's very cool. Chris? I'm assuming it's Chris. Okay, alright, let's plug a bunch of crap back into this and see where that takes us. See where the night takes us. Okay. So we have the mouse plugged in, well, our trackball, our BlueSCSI with the over easy delicious adapter there, and we're going to just see if this logic board wants to work. This is the one that was in the painted one. Well, we get a nice happy startup chime there. Yeah, I'll have to make a boot disk that has Lido or the HDSC setup. SCSI probe. Okay, so you tried SCSI probe on there. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to try and emulate all that stuff. I would have to make a boot disk. We'll do that sometime. But alright, so this has 4 megs of memory in there. Seems like it's happy. The only device that's plugged into it is the mouse and the SCSI, the BlueSCSI adapter. Ooh, look at that. It's not happy either. Shiver me timbers. What the heck is going on here? So we have a solid red light on the BlueSCSI. Maybe we're just going to format that SD card. And try it again. Although, I've had this happen on some machines. Let me. It's not doing what it did on the other machine, but I'm just curious. Do I have a way to unplug that USB? Not easily. Actually, wait, I do. Hold on. Hold, please. No worries, Nate. I will keep you updated. Take care. Alright, so I'm going to not supply power to the BlueSCSI until the machine gets past the memory check, and I'll explain why as I'm doing this. So on my Macintosh Plus Platinum, if I tried to boot from a SCSI to SD on the Macintosh Plus, if I gave it external SCSI power to boot the device from, before the screen blacked and went to the flashing question mark, the whole machine would just freeze. So let's just try it again. It is exFAT, I believe, the format of the SD card. Maybe I'm doing that wrong, but that worked on the Macintosh Portable. I would assume it would work okay on other machines, but maybe there's something specific for the Plus that I have no idea about. So how about that? Boop, 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 boop. Ready to plug in the USB as soon as we get that. There we go. Not making a difference. Well, there goes that idea. All right. Well, yeah, this is a different logic board too. I mean, who knows? Maybe the fuse is blown on this. That's, you know, that could be a thing. Let me just format this SD card just to make sure there's no tomfoolery going around here. No pun intended, Tom. And, or was it? And we'll see if that helps. Alright, so let's open our disk utility app, which has sucked ever since Leopard. He just really stripped out all the useful features with this, haven't he? That's just my opinion. Alright, so we're going to go here, and we're going to erase it. And let's make sure I backed up all the crap from it before I erase it. That would be a good idea. No, I did not, did I? No, probably not. Alright, so let's do that. Documents. BlueSCSI backup images. New folder. Alright, and we're just going to copy over these guys. 1.92 hours. Oh my goodness. Haberdashery. Alright, so we're just copying stuff off the SD card, then we're going to wipe it clean. And maybe that'll help us out. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, my friend Greg Rucke of Rucke Mods just hit 9,500 subscribers on his YouTube channel. Congratulations, dude. Alright, that's almost done copying over. USB 2.0 powers activate. And hopefully this is still entertaining to the 50 of you who are still sticking around. There we go. Alright, so all that stuff is copied over, so let's erase the heck out of this disk. exFAT it is. Erase. Erasing. 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 There's a newer firmware version. I don't know how to update the firmware. But it worked on a Macintosh Portable. You want to... Is the firmware updating something easy to do? If it is, let's do it. If not, I don't know what to do. Oh, I'm at the mercy of all my friends here. But that's good. I have a lot of good friends. Alright, so let's copy over to our newly formatted SD card just the Mac Plus disk image. That's a good amount of likes to watching ratio, but if you haven't liked the video yet, and you sort of like it, maybe, kind of, maybe, sort of, give the video a like. Yay! That'd be awesome. Shows YouTube that we're not so terrible. You need an external programmer. Oh, yeah, that's not going to happen tonight. I should probably order one of those. I'll probably eventually just order a stack of those PCBs and just build my own. But right now, I'm just at the mercy of you and Eric to, have me purchase them from you. Alright, so that's copying to the SD card, newly formatted. The file name is HD20_512- and then the file name. So that is the hard disk image that I downloaded from Tom. So hopefully that will be all happy and well and good. Gotta like something this evening. Oh, boy. All right, so retro algorithm. Yeah, I'm almost at 8,400 subscribers, which is quite insane. I remember when I hit 50 and I was overjoyed. So thank you everybody who has subscribed to the channel, who's put up with these crazy, insane streams, or who's liked any of my videos, or who's told friends about things, or shared stuff on social media and all that fun stuff. Thank you. All right, so let's plug in our BlueSCSI again with the freshly formatted SD card and slightly less rabbit hair on it than Oz was on there previously. Speaking of rabbit hair, let me double check my little nanny cam for our bunny on the mend upstairs to make sure she's not getting herself into any trouble, because that would be problematic. Oh, the iMac anniversary video. Yeah, that was a popular one. Okay, good. Everything looks good upstairs. I don't know why I don't... See, it's funny. I get a lot of comments like, why don't you have more subscribers? Like, I don't know. They just don't like guys named Steve, I guess. Alright, so, yeah, I have no control over that, but happy to, you share me around on Facebook, social media, whatever. You tell people, hey, this guy doesn't suck. Maybe I'll get more subscribers. Who knows how the internet works. Alright, so let's plug this in and see if we get any goodies here. This is a double XP event. Boo! Alright, so I left the power plugged in there to the SCUSI adapter as soon as we boot it up. I don't know if that's going to make a difference, but let's see. MacBook Pro 16-inch giveaway. If I take a dead PowerBook, write MacBook Pro 16-inch, and tape a ruler onto it, is that considered a 16-inch MacBook Pro giveaway? Ah, still flashing question mark. What the goobly gobbly gobbly blah. Thanks, Mr. Fahrenheit. Oh yes, the Linus Tech Tips iMac video. Yeah, that was a funny story about that. My MacGack buddies and I think I found the video or somebody brought it to my attention, and we're gonna double check this thing in a second, but Is there a CD-ROM drive that also reads DVDs that I could trade for my CD-ROM drive for my Molar Mac? A CD-ROM drive that reads DVDs would be a DVD-ROM drive. That's what you're probably looking for. And if it's a standard connector, I think the internal bus on that is IDE or SCSI, depending on how they plug that in. Yeah, you should just be able to swap it out. If it's a non-Apple ROM drive, you might need to use some third-party extensions, but it should work fine. Anyway, yes, I will do that in a second, Tom. Where was I? I was yakking about... Oh, that's right, the Linus Tech Tips video. So I was originally not going to make that video, but what had happened is someone brought the video to my attention, and I just kept watching it and being like, that's just... Ugh. And, yeah. I mean, you get so many facts wrong about something, I'll let it slide. You just keep, saying silly things that don't make any sense. Yes. So when he's putting down a computer, and here I am defending a lifeless computer, and making all sorts of funny things that make no sense. Oh, it's slow. Oh, this was the last of the PowerPC processors, this and that. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Yeah, so, I just felt the need to respond, and it was like 3 a.m. when I saw the video, or 2 a.m., and I just stayed up until 7 a.m. recording myself talking to the camera. And my goodness, I think there's like 2 hours worth of me rambling to the camera, and somehow I made a coherent video. But that was like the fastest turnaround I ever did on a video. Because, yeah. Alright, so we have the log file here. Alright, so we have, ooh, what does it say here? Debug 0, select 0, initialize SD card, let's go, image file, and it shows the image file. ID is SCSI ID 2. Finish initialization of SCSI devices, entering main loop. I assume that's everything that's good to go then, Tom. Oh, the version is version 1.0-2021-0403. So I do have the later one then, I guess. The more you know. You found my channel through that video. Well, I'm glad I made that video. It might need 410. Ah, poo. I do have another BlueSCSI around here. Hold on. Where did I put it? Oh, boy. Let me just look in my bin here. Hey, I found it. That's cool. Alright, so I need an SD card in there. Poop. Alright, so let's do this. Let's see if let me just run this by you, Tom. If I erase the log file, put that SD card in this BlueSCSI and try the same exact thing, you'll write a new log file, correct? Okay, great. Now, I remember I did purchase these at the same time from you, so that probably is not going to make too much of a difference. Oh, termination power jumpers were removed, because I'm a freaking dork. Maybe that has something to do with it. Because I was messing around with something on something else, and I don't know. Hold on. Hold, please. That would explain a lot. You idiot, Steven. Yeah, I was messing around with those thingamajiggies. Well, we'll figure this out either way. What version I have and all that fun stuff. This is why you prepare before you do live streams. Oh, thank you very much, Tom. Appreciate it. It's always termination. Rule number 1 of SCUSI. SCUSI is voodoo. And termination helps. Alright, let's see. So we're using the different BlueSCSI just for funsies, which really has a lot of awful flux on the back of it. Ugh. And that'd be funny if it just works now. Well, not funny. Sad. Very sad. Very, very sad. Okay. Is that supposed to happen? Oh, I do a lot of live streams. So, what was that all about? It just went to black. Alright, let's try using the other BlueSCSI. Again, with the right termination things. So it just went to a black screen, and I unplugged it because I got scared. I was like, oopsies. An attempt was made. I need to learn how to battery. If someone would teach me how to battery, this would all be, ow, pins are sharp. This would all be helpful. Very helpful. Very, very helpful. Let's try this again, shall we? In conclusion, it's always termination. Let's take a look at this flowchart. Check SCUSI termination. So Tom just shared me a very important flowchart that's just a box with an arrow pointing to itself that says check SCUSI termination. Best flowchart I've ever seen. Alright, let's try this again with the different BlueSCSI. Termination settings are the same, and I'm going to plug in the power after the machine is on. After it does its memory check. Oh, now the screen's not turning on at all. Oh, wait, no, I'm just too impatient. Hold on. You missed the machine trying to be happy and then just go into a black screen. Well, there is no real terminator. It's just these pins on the BlueSCSI. It has not properly been terminated. Alright, adding power. Oh, look at that! Now it's happy. Sweet! So look at that. We are booted to the hard disk. 608 with 4 megabytes of memory. Hallelujah. Where's the Tylenol? So it seems to have been termination. Now let's try the same exact thing, but leaving power plugged into the Macintosh BlueSCSI adapter. Let's leave the power in when we turn it on and see if it goes to that black screen. I mean, that was with the other BlueSCSI adapter, which has a bunch of flux on the back of it, so maybe that's just... Nope. Alright, so I think this guy needs a good cleaning. Probably all the rabbit hair in the house is accumulated on this device and it's not happy. So we'll put that to a side. But, yay! Alright, so this is with a different logic board. So let's try with our good friend Nate's logic board. Now that we have a control that we know will work, kind of, maybe, sort of, hopefully. Let's try and repeat this. No worries, if you can't catch the whole stream, I'll catch you later. But thank you very much for stopping by. Alright, so here's that logic board. And we're going to swap it out with Nate's. And I have to do a memory swap here. With a log. Oh, good old poop jokes. At least this Mac Plus that had a problematic analog board at least came with a bunch of memory. So that's nice. Usually the parts machines I get are like stripped. There's like no useful parts in them at all. And I'm like, thanks for the e-waste. Now I have to be responsible and get rid of it. Alright, so this is Nate's logic board here. The logo is actually a color classic. That's because that's one of my favorite machines. And it just came to me. I just said, you know what? I want a logo here. And I made it the Macintosh Color Classic. So there you go. That's a little history there. I still have the original sketch of the logo that I had in mind on my whiteboard in my office. It's still there. After all these years. My goodness, it seems like I started this channel last year. And that couldn't be further from the truth. Alright, so this is Nate's SCUSI problematic board. And we're going to see if it does the same exact thing as it did with the other SCUSI board that, with the other logic board that is presumably working, which is good to know. Alright, cool. Oh no, I would never take a Mac to e-waste, but I would take like a bunch of broken like CRT parts to e-waste. Alright, here we go. I wouldn't know where the e-waste place is. All the ones I know have closed down. Ooh, that's loud. Alright, so this is with Nate's logic board. $30,000. Yeah, that was actually done in a Post-it note, Eric, so here you go. Yeah, I think I showed that off during the Q&A. Alright, so let's wait for it to check its memory and see if it'll boot up into the SCUSI disk. That'd be funny if it does. Yes, I visit the e-waste place to get things, not get rid of things. Much to my wife's dismay. Oh, look at that, it's unhappy again. Now that is the same exact symptom that happened before. So let's retrace exactly what we did. We unplugged the power. We plugged that back in. Well, not exactly, because I removed the BlueSCSI, I used the different one, etc. But hear me out here. Best Buy parking lot. So wait for the memory check to finish. Then I'm going to plug in the USB connection, and we're going to see if it does anything different. And the USB is supplying the power only. Nah, look at that. Just like Nate said, it froze up there. Ooh, that's unhappy. Alright, so, yeah, when we apply power, this thing does not boot happily. So there we go. We will be putting this through the ultrasonic cleaner. Only after doing that, we'll be doing some in-depth logic tests and pinouts and all that good fun stuff because, yeah. There's no sense in diagnosing a machine like this until you clean it and make sure everything else is okay. But, hey, we learned a little bit today, so that's good. Let me put this machine to the side, and we'll see what else we have time for today. Yeah, you bet the SCSI controller chip failed? I wouldn't be surprised. But at that point, it's like, I'll just give, like, if, let's, in theory, say that problem was the chip. If I can't find the fault of the chip, it's probably easier to just give them the other board. You know, I'll just charge them for the other board, and there you go. So, yeah, let's put this back in this bag here. We'll keep the memory in here. This is not the memory that Nate sent me. He sent me memory, apparently, but it's not in this box, so I'll have to see where that went to. But if it got eaten by the depths of the basement, that's okay, because the amount of memory that's in this broken, kind of broken plus, was okay anyway, so. Alright. I bet you those NCR chips or whatever, those are probably on UT Source and all that fun stuff too, so. But at least now we have a known good Macintosh Plus board to compare against as well, so if we ever wanted to, we have a comparison. Okay, just reading up on the chat here. Yeah, see, some of the e-waste places, well, the ones I used to go to have closed, so I can't grab anything from there anymore. But I hear that from a lot of folks, they don't let me grab stuff anymore. It's like, how silly is that? The e-waste place is making money either way. Whether from you or a recycler or whatever, but oh well. Well, at least we were successful with this over easy 2 adapter. How neat is that? That saves me from stealing a cable from a zip drive. So, there we go. Probably have a rusted plus if you need any chips off of it. Well, thank you very much, Adam. I will keep that in mind. You're still cleaning your garage. What'd you miss? Well, the Macintosh Plus we were trying to repair is having some issues. Exactly what Nate was saying. It sort of just freezes up when you try and do anything with SCSI on it. But we'll try and fix that up. Okay, so what else? What else can we repair? I don't know. I don't know if there's anything easy for us to look into. I mean, nothing is easy. All the things that I haven't sent it back for repair yet are like problematic. Found a Unitron 512K for... Yes! Marcos, that was the one we were talking about on the stream earlier. $50,000. I was saying, can anybody just lend me $50,000 for the Unitron, please? I'd love to open that up and take a look at that and just like see if it actually uses different ROMs or if they were Apple ROMs. Oh, that would be so cool. But, yeah. 99 cents a pound to take stuff. Oh, I'd love that. I'd love it. Alright, let me take a look. I have some boards over here that... need attention. 1 second. One moment, guys. Just checking some stuff out here. Okay. Alright, we still got 46 people watching. That's a healthy amount. Okay, so my pal Brandon sent me some stuff ages ago to fix. And this was one with the sound issue. And we have 2 boards here. This also had sound problems. This one, the sound was okay on. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I want to tackle the sound trips this late into a stream right now because they're not fun, to be honest with you. They just really aren't fun. There's a lot of desoldering and hot air going on. I don't know if I want to tackle that. Here is what looks to be, I think this is my LC550 board. Yeah, this is mine, I believe. There's no customer label on it. And it was in the pile of my crap, so I assume this is mine. It's a weird looking thing, but anyway. Yeah, this needs to be recapped. Might as well do it. Oh, see you later, War Robots 2014. And see you later, Marcos. See you around. If I have the caps, I might as well do this. I mean, it's just going to sit here and be unhappy. The caps don't look terrible on it. And I have the 550 here. So, maybe we'll work on this. I need to find my caps. Hold on. I was not prepared for repairs, even though I said I was. Hold on. Ah! Nope, not there. Alright, here is my other board that I recapped. This one's mine as well. So yeah, this is a 16 megahertz one, this is a 33 megahertz one. So this is from a Color Classic. I think this is from the 550. Oh, you're saying bye to Marcos. Oh, good. More company. Alright, hold on. I'm trying to find where the box of caps went. Because I haven't done this in a while and I shifted a lot of things around in the basement. So my apologies. It's probably like right here. Let me just wiggle behind the camera. Just leave you guys for a moment. If you hear any big loud crashes, I'm okay. Oh boy. Logic board. Well, duh. Alright, here's a bunch of caps. This should be sufficient. Alright, so here is another one that I did. This one recapped August 3rd. A tidy one. Alright, so this is a Color Classic, not a Color Classic, Classic 2 and a regular Classic. Dial one again! Alright. So, let's get some caps out. So this, we should only need 4716s and one, there we go, one 10 microfarad 16 volt. There we go. And yeah, it should be fairly straightforward. Knock wood. Did you ever make a really low offer for something and they actually accept it and you didn't think you'd end up with the item? Yes, Adam. Yes. 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 Alright, so let's get our caps out here. 4716s, perfect. And then we have a 10 microfarad 16 volt. We need that. Let's find that. So a good old fashioned recapping stream. My God, it's been a while. By God, it's been a while. Here's my bag of danger candy. Who wants to see my danger candy? Who wants to see my danger candy? Danger candy. But Steve, why do you keep the old batteries? I have a problem. Let's just say I have a problem. Hey! Nice, Adam. I bet the shipping is going to cost more than that, right? Why not indeed? Alright, let's find what we're actually looking for here. Nope. 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 Ooh, here, these are the caps for the power supplies I have to redo. That would be a fun stream. This is for the 2SI. And this is for an LC power supply. So, I'm not going to do that this stream, but I got to do that. Eventually. More for the 2SI power supply. I actually labeled them. How about that? The guy just dropped it off. That's nice, Adam. Quick question. I just received in the mail a BlueSCSI for my Classic you recapped. Which OS do you suggest I install in it? I think the Classic can run. Yes, you are accurate in the operating systems you mentioned there. How much memory does your Classic have? Have? Because that is going to really tell you what you really want to force on there. System 7 might be a good sweet spot, depending on how much memory you have. I wouldn't do 7.5 unless you max that thing out. But that's just my opinion. I think it's a pretty sound one, but yeah, or you could do that. You could have it with 2 partitions and have different system folders. That's also a possibility. Very easy to set that up. Here's 16 volt microfarad, 10 volt, 10 microfarad, 16 volt. What am I saying? Mac OS 10. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Let's get this towel out of the way that's under this chair. All right, cool. Let's bring our microscope friend back into frame. It's been a while, my friend. It's been all of 20 minutes or an hour, 2 hours, whatever it was. Okay. Well, you have a lot of options there. So good luck. I'm just going to double check the serial number of this board. I just want to make sure that this is not a different board that I'm thinking of. Hold, please. Do you think bad caps make an SC30 sound fail, or is it something else like the Sony chips? I would my go-to, Adam, is to just replace the caps first, and if that doesn't solve it, then you mess around with the chips, because the caps, there's never a good reason to leave the old caps on. If you have the ability to swap the caps, great. Then I would attack the lower circuitry of the chips and stuff like that. That's just my thoughts. Bruce, what do you think? The repairs. Of course, I'm logged into the wrong account. All right, here we go. So let's look at my list of jobs here. And let's make sure that this serial number doesn't line up with a different machine. Close. Alright, so this is not on the spreadsheet of thingamabobbers. Okay, very close serial number to something that somebody sent me, but this is mine. So I have a very bad problem of not labeling my stuff. I label all the client stuff, but I don't really put stickers on my own stuff because I'm an idiot. That changes today. We're going to recap this, then we'll slap a sticker on it. How about that? All right, here's my multimeter. We're only missing one lead. Where'd the other wire go? Here we are. That might come in handy. Anyone suggest a good, easy tutorial on the BlueSCSI? Well, Bill, yes, actually. Tom, if you're still around, would you kindly paste the link into the chat that you did previously with the disk image? Because essentially what you're going to do, Bill, I'm going to explain it here. And you can go on the BlueSCSI website for instructions. But essentially what you're going to do is you're going to take the micro SD card that you're going to put into the BlueSCSI, put that into your computer, format it in Disk Utility if you're on a Mac or whatever on Windows, and format it to exFAT. So that is the format that you want that SD card for the BlueSCSI. Then all you do is you download a disk image that's already made for System 6 or System 7. You could join the tinkerdifferent.com web forum. That's an excellent idea, Adam. And you could post some of your questions there, and then there'll be a record of it for everybody to follow in the future. Or if Tom pastes in that link to the HDA hard disk image for the Macintosh Plus, had System 6, System 7 on there, that might be a good place to start for your Macintosh Classic, but you could, add your own disk images on there and play around with that. But essentially, you're going to download or create a disk image file. That file is going to go on the BlueSCSI SD card that you're going to put into there, but you're going to copy that over on the computer. Make sure it's named a proper way. Again, SCUSI.blue is the website. Go there. They're going to have all the details about this. But essentially, in the chat, Tom just posted a link there. Works on a Mac Plus. It should be okay on a Macintosh Classic. Maybe. It should be okay. Essentially, you want to download that disk image file, drag one of them to the file folder. The SD card. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry. The naming convention of the file is very important. That determines the SCSI ID and etc. So if you have ones that are conflicting, you're going to run into issues. So go to SCSI.blue to read all about the naming convention. But if you're just dragging and dropping one file onto there as a test, that should be okay. Once you plug in the BlueSCSI, you should get a red light on there, a solid red light. That means everything's okay. And then your Macintosh should hopefully just boot off of it. So there you go. And there you go. Getting started guide right there. Excellent. So there you go. Hopefully that will help you out. And sign up for Tinker Different anyway. It's a great little community. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by the amount of cool stuff that's on there. Alright, so let's free our poor little hot air station that's been shoved over here and not really active for a while. Let's use this guy. Alright, there's a bunch of crap in the way too. That's probably not good. Okay, back to what we were doing. You're very welcome, Bill. And hopefully you could resurrect that hard drive that you were having problems with. Alright, so here is this. This is a LC 550 board. I'm going to guess. Let's just take a guess. And I'm going to recap it. Alright, this is one of mine. I have no idea if anything else is wrong with it. But, yeah, we're going to just recap it. How about that? Power up, you get horizontal jail bars. Quick power cycle makes it boot. Got lucky, has solder, non-leaky Varda like the SC. Wow, very lucky, Adam. Yeah, I would say it needs recapping. We're just putting flux everywhere, so we can get these caps off relatively painlessly, I hope, and go from there. All right, so I would usually need my tweezers, which I have no idea where I put them. Poopy. Poopity poop poop poop. Well, poo. Got my spudger, that's not going to help. I need like 18,000 pairs of tweezers so I never lose them. That's what I really need. Okay, great. Yeah, Adam, and if you have any questions, you know how to contact me. I wish you the best of luck. I have pliers. Yeah, that'll work. This is my own board, so I'm not overly concerned about it. He's gonna screw it up. That's where he said. He said he's gonna screw it up. Alright, so we have our tape here. Let's get that over here. Alright, let's actually do some recapping. Balls of flux. And it's just, it's a good Mac84 of flux. How about that? Let's start that. How much is a Mac84 amount of flux? The right amount. How about that? Let's start that. The right amount. That's what it is. So I'm just putting some tape by those two caps over there, and I'm going to put some tape by the PDS connector as well. Ready for cap removal, Captain. Excellent, Adam. I'm very excited. You should, like, stream it. Why the heck not? It makes these repairs a lot more interesting when you have other people to annoy while you're doing things, rather than just doing it yourself and cursing at things. Alright, so let's try and get this all set up here. I had more of those PCI card thingamajiggies. Did I put them in this box? No, but that's where my spare flux is. That's good to know. Don't worry, I'll forget it's there. Here we go. Perfect. Fits like a glove. So I'm just using this bent PCI bracket there. Like that. If I screw it up, I have one of Kai's SE boards that could populate enough to actually prove. Good idea. Alright, now I'm going to have a drink of water. Because I've been yakking up a storm. Yes, why have any measurable amounts when you could just have silly amounts? Something tells me I'm going to regret this, but let's do it anyway. Alright, so we got our heat gun. We'll use the scalpel for now, why not? This heat gun is really not pushing out heat like it should. Really makes it a pain in the butt to do this. I need a new one. It just, I think it's on its last legs, to be honest. Let me put this down because this wooden piece that is under all my stuff here is at the edge of the desk. I need to adjust this. Again. Thermal paste. Oh boy. Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, I can't do this under the microscope. It's too awkward. Sorry guys. Let's do this instead. Where's my mouse? Here we go. It's really not heating up. You know what would help if I took off these little things? so the board would stay still. Ow, my knuckles. Ow, hot. Fire indeed, hot. Let's just try this again. Oh, Quaalude Charlie. Good luck to you there. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I have a lot of crap as well. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. Alright, let's not get depressed. Let's try and get this dumb cap off with this heat gun that is pretty much not wanting to work today. Alright, well, that cap eventually got off. That was annoying. I really need to find my darn tweezers. Good night, Wells. Take care. Thank you very much for stopping by. Smash that like button. Alright, so that kind of worked. Yay! Alright, so let's try with the other two here. On the other side of the board. Rather. So this is next to the sound chip. And next to this little piece of plastic, so... See, I didn't get anything from Computer Reset because I'd never been. I'd love to go, but the only feasible way of me going, in my mind, would be to drive, because otherwise, how the heck am I going to get everything home without spending an arm and a leg? But maybe that's why all this good stuff will be gone before the time I get there, because I don't think I'm driving to Texas anytime soon. It's a bit of a trip. Just a wee bit. Mr. Fahrenheit. Oh. Yep. Well, that's one way to get them off. That could have put a lot of stress on the pads, so that's not ideal, but that did work. You want to be very careful. Don't do what I just did. I put too much pressure on that side and went like, whee! I really should have the tweezers for this, but I have no idea where the heck they are, and I'm not... This is my board, so I'm not going to waste an hour looking for tweezers. Someone just brought a BlueSCSI from me. I wonder if they've been watching this live stream. Maybe. 10% finder's fee. I'm kidding, Bruce. 15%. Alright, so let's get these caps off of here. Hey, look at that. The more problematic thought is, if I brought stuff back from computer reset, where the heck would it go? There's a bit of a space issue here at the moment. Space is at a premium, folks. Space is at a premium. Yeah, this heat gun is like just doing a gentle breeze at sometimes, so fun. 3 days. More power to you. Try 3 hours. But I don't have it in that color. Ooh, this has extra memory. Etc. 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 Now this is going to be a fun cap to remove, especially with the heat gun being a pain in the butt. Well, we're going to try. Might have to do this off camera, actually. Yeah, just because it's probably, you know, let me put some of that tape, or otherwise I'll melt the plastic, maybe. Hot. Fire indeed hot. Professor, didn't you listen to anything I just said? No! Of course, I didn't put tape on the other side, so there's melted stuff there, but this is my board, so whoop-de-friggin'-do! I mean, just because it's my board doesn't mean I intentionally want to hurt the thing, but I am not really one to too much care about cosmetic things, especially if it's something that's not going to be easily seen, etc. etc. Customer board, that's a whole different story. Oh, you tape. You stay where I tell you to stay, please. This is not going well. Sure, that might work. There we go. The cap just did not want to come off the darn board. Okay, so all the caps except one, because I'm an idiot. I forgot to count that one. Whoop, there it is. All of them have been removed except this one right next to the plastic. Alright, let's ease it with the language, folks. Even though it's we're all adults here. Let's calm a bit down. Yeah. Just a wee bit. That's all I ask. It's alright. Simmer down. Simmer down. Alright, so one cap to go here. There she is. Since it's right next to the plastic, we're going to do one of these. Just put the metal right there. It's alright, Thomas, just to let you know. And doing this off camera just because it's easier for me to get in real close without worrying about hurting that plastic. Because this one is right up against there. And there we go. The cap has been diffused. And it fell on the desk. Hold on. Ah. Yeah. The caps have been removed. Yay! I have a lot of restraint. And at times I don't. But that's often not on camera. Okay. So let's start recapping this guy. And you may be asking, but Steve, you took all the capacitors off of the logic board. How dare you? How do you know what replacement caps have to go where? Or do you have this all memorized in your head? Are you some sort of cyborg that doesn't remember, that doesn't need to individually remember things? You just have a data bank that you load your brain into? The answer is yes. The other answer is no. I go to recapamac.com. That's my friend Bruce of Brankus Creations. Has an awesome website, recapamac.com. And it has a list of pretty much every vintage Macintosh there that has capacitors on it. It'll tell you exactly which ones to replace, what the values are, and so on and so forth. And so if I go there, and I go on his list here, and I go to the Performa LC... was it 550? Oh, maybe he doesn't have a 550 on here. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. It's a 575. That's kind of similar. Is it? Nope, different caps. Well, I should have taken photos before I ripped this thing off, haven't I? But there's one 10 microfarad 16 volt. The rest are 47 microfarad 16 volts. Website and maintenance mode. So I'll make sure I get photos of that and all that stuff. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna just clean this up. We're gonna turn the heat gun off. We won't need that, hopefully, for the remainder of the stream. We're gonna get our soldering station all set up here. The Classic 2 is close. That is very true. So let's load up the Classic 2 and let's have a look-see. The Color Classic 2, rather. And let's see. Bup-ba-dup. Yep. And bup-ba-dup. Actually, yeah, that's the exact... Ooh, wait. Did I misread those? Hold on, please. Hold, please. Because looking at your recapping guide, I'm questioning. Yes, okay. So there are two 100 microfarad 6 volt caps that I forgot to account for. That's what happens when you don't read things when you're live streaming. And I hope I have those here, because that would be annoying. I know I have them, I just don't know where the heck they are. Oh, that's a conundrum. Well, how about this? Let's recap what we can, and then, you know, when we reach those two, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Sound good? Sound good. All right. So yeah, there are actually two 100 microfarad 6.3 volt capacitors that I would need, and I have them somewhere. I just don't know where they are at this moment. But if we get that far during this stream, then that's what we'll tackle. Bruce, I didn't end up needing the 2CI capless that PSU actually caught fire and melted internally. That is interesting. Oh, my goodness. I wonder if that $20 2CI with the horrible battery damage at VCF East would have been a good purchase then, had. Who knows what shape that power supply was in. Alright, so... where's my wick? Poopy. Poopy-de-poop-poop. Hey, my solder wick here. Yes, yes, yes. See, this is what happens when you don't recap things for a while. All your bits and pieces and tools and stuff just go missing. And that's going to be a problem. Ah, poo. Because I kind of need that. Let me just have a look-see. Ah, poo. Let me just stand up for a moment, see if it's... Board has a hole in it. That's just minor melting. You'll be fine. It'll be fine. Take some pictures. Put it on the Tinker Different form. That'll be entertaining to see. It's always fun when it's not your stuff that is melting and exploding. Oh, poo. I really just need to move all the furniture and stuff and get my new setup set up because it is an unorganized mess here right now. Here's some other wick. It's not the best, but it'll work. Oh, there you go. Okay. Back in business, kind of, maybe, sort of. Alright, so we're going to use our soldering iron, and we're just going to wick off the old solder here. No, I did not want to do that, Mac OS 10. Stop. There you go. Alright. Okay, so... what I'm doing is just taking the old solder off of the pads. This actually doesn't look too terrible. But the reason you want to do this is when you put fresh solder on, then you're not worrying about dirt and grime and corrosive stuff like cap juice or anything. But this board actually looked to be in pretty darn good shape, so I'm not really worried about that. However, it's still good practice to do this. I'm just very lightly getting the solder off with the wick here. I'm not putting too much pressure on it because you don't want to accidentally rip the pad off or anything else like that. Come on. Okay. Should be okay. 8 reefer caps. Oh boy. Bruce, didn't you do a Lisa power supply? Bruce could tell you all the fun that he had, especially when his house kept tripping circuit breaker when the Lisa would power on. That makes me never want to touch one. Hey, Christopher, how's it going? You need to go to bed. It's like that. No worries. Thank you very much for stopping by, and take care. We won't be here too much longer. We're going to try and recap this. If I can't find the final 2 caps, we'll follow up another night. I'm not going to go crazy. But this is my board. We're just... I know I said I had a backlog of other people's stuff, and we did somebody else's board, and now we're looking at mine. My thumb almost touched the soldering iron tip. That would have been bad. Yeah, we could remove this tape here now. Not really helping anybody. Ah, it had some grounding issues. That sounds like even more exciting, Bruce. It sounds like a song. Well, anything can be a song to my weird mind. Non-genuine power supply. What are you doing in this computer? Non-genuine power supply. Why are you causing the circuit breaker to break? Yeah, not a fan of this wick. It seems to be doing the job, but it's not really as good as the good wick that I usually use. So there you go. But it'll work. Hey, Chris. I'll call you Chris. Steve sings. Now available on 18 compact discs or 55,000  8-tracks. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 caps removed. Yay! And the pads are all cleaned up, so that's good. So let's just clean that up with some isopropyl alcohol, and we'll be on our way to putting some fresh caps right on there. 420 floppies. Nobody would pay 99 cents for that. I'd have to pay for people to download it. Get this Mac84 guy's album. He'll buy it for you. He'll actually pay you. These pads don't look terrible. There's not really any leakage or anything that I could see, but this is just one of those boards of my own that I had not got around to recapping. So I'm glad I'm doing it now, because these things are not getting any younger, and those caps are not getting any better, so might as well. Sorry some of this is not in the camera. I was just cleaning those pads, but they look awfully purdy now. There's a lot of dust and dirt around them, but that's okay. This will be ultrasonically cleaned once we're all done, so we don't have to worry about that. Keep trying. I will. I will. You know how stubborn I am with fixing things, so don't give me any encouragement to do anything else. He's been trying to play the guitar for 15 years, but he still can't get past Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Alright, that's clean enough for now. Ever caught the edge of a pad with a Q-tip and ripped it off? Maybe. Maybe it wasn't a Q-tip. Maybe it was solder wick or something. But yeah, there's been some calamities. What else do you expect from old cranky machines? And that's why I often tell people, do not do your first cap work or soldering testing on old machines. They are cranky and you'll regret it. Alright, so we have 2 caps that go on here. Boop, boop. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Here we go. Hope everyone is still doing well. We still have 40 people hanging on for dear life here. Hello. Thank you very much for stopping by and for sticking around right here on 84.4 Mac84 FM. My apologies. Nobody wants to hear me sing. And I need my tweezers. Don't know where I left them. They are somewhere, but not here. Where did I put my tweezers? This is going to be fun to do without tweezers, and by fun I mean annoying. This is just stupid, Steven. Where are your darn tweezers? Find them. Yeah, Bruce's Lisa video was great. So if anybody has not checked that out, Brankus Creations here, and he has a YouTube channel as well, did a video, oh, this is silly, about the Apple Lisa and about him using the Lisa for the first time and sort of exploring the operating system because it is so different from the Mac OS. Yes, it takes a lot of cues because it was the first one. The Mac OS came afterwards, but it's so different. This is a bad idea. Where the heck are my tweezers? Okay, let's look in the parts drawer. Somehow I found all my plastic spudgers, but no tweezers. Oh no, Bruce, it was really fun because like you would go to click on something and we'd all be thinking the same thing you're thinking. Oh, it's going to work just like a Macintosh. And obviously it didn't. It's very cool from a historical perspective too because, you know, it's good footage that other people can take a look at or borrow for future content. And it saves us the work from doing it. So thanks, Bruce. Oh, tweezers, tweezers, tweezers. Let me stand up here, see if they're hiding over here somewhere. Maybe. I thought I had them really close by. But then again, a lot of things I think that are right here, and I end up moving them because I'm an idiot. Ooh, my knee just felt very weird for a second, like I was going to fall down. That's fun. Getting old is fun. Oh, there's the wick I was looking for. Maybe my tweezers will be on this desk too. They probably are. I just can't see them. There's too much crap in the way. Did I put them in one of these little drawers or something? That would only make sense. We can't have any of that going on here, can we? Absolutely not. Yeah, next time I plan to do one of these live streams, I'm just going to like look for my tools for a half hour before I start the stream. Try to make it everyone's life a little bit better, huh? Huh? I found a wrench. Does that help? Like 20 years from now, someone's going to be watching this and going, that's a funny bit whenever he's looking for his tools. It's very believable. That ain't no bit. Oh, where? The heck, man? Let me try this one more bin over here. I found a 1990s edition of Uno for some reason. And I found some stickers. And a Radius Magic Bus. These were very cheap on eBay for a while. This basically plugs into a Macintosh SE, and you can plug a proprietary Radius thing into it. Ugh. Gosh darn it. Well, I guess we're just going to have to be stupid and use something that's not tweezers, like these snips or something like that. Because those pliers are too thick. It's not going to work out. That's not horrible, is it? Hey, Mac84, it's pretty horrible. Quiet, you. This is horrible. These are so thick and bulky. Yeah, boy. I'm going to use some of that YouTube money from today to buy some tweezers, I tell you what. Ah, poo. That is not as expensive as I thought it would be for like a Lisa add-on, because I always assume that stuff is super pricey. I should have just left it alone. This is going to make a routine soldering job take like ages, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Did that burn away some of the solder mask? Cool. You got some more toys for me? Uh-oh. Chris, I don't know if I have room, but I will gladly accept them and find room. If you sent me a message, I apologize I did not see it yet, but if you did not, feel free to send one, and I will take a look. I still got to work on some of the stuff to give back to you. Like I said, I am behind on some things, but hopefully sometime soon. That'll be cool, Adam. Do a video on it. I'm serious. Do it. Pretty please. I wore a solder mask for Halloween. Ha, ha, ha. That was actually pretty funny. You don't know how hard it is to do something without a tool until you try and do something without a tool. Again, I should have just left it in place. There we go. Close enough. Oh, so the Lisa just has like a buzzer or something? Is that correct? Like just like a boop? Like, is that... That's all it does, right? I think. We got some solder on the top of that cap. That's a bonus. That's some bonus solder. Check the super chat. Oh my goodness, I missed super chat. I am so sorry. Oh my goodness, Christopher. Thank you very much. Eep. Here's a few bucks for an iFixit kit. Thank you. Yeah, I have to get some new tools. I don't know if it's gonna be iFixit, but I have to get some new stuffs, new goodies. Thank you very much, Christopher. I greatly appreciate the super chat. And everybody else who's super chatted today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It helps. YouTube takes their cut, but it is greatly appreciated no matter how many pennies or dollars I get. Very, very much appreciative, and it tells me that you fine folks are enjoying partially what I'm doing. And I apologize. I did not mean to miss that super chat there. I got heads down. Thank you very much for tagging me. It could beep. No PCM audio like the Mac. Gotcha. Oh, thank you very much, Tom. Steve's going to buy like a... Why am I referring to myself in third person? I'm going to buy myself like like a dozen pack of tweezers as soon as I'm done with this stream. My wife's going to be like, why did a box of like 8,000 tweezers come in the mail? I needed them. Just ask my friends on YouTube. They said I needed them. Those people are a bad influence. Yes, they are. And I love them. Most of my Mac friends, the messages that I get from them are like, hey, here's an eBay link. You should buy this. And it's like some stupid thing that's going to go for a stupid amount of money. And it's like, oh, we should not be enabling each other. But it happens. And it's a lot of fun. Oh, boy. There have been a lot of super chats today. Thank you very much for everybody. That's very, very kind of everyone. All right, so this is the last, well, one of the last caps to put on. We have 3 more after this, 2 of which I need to find if I have the value readily available. But I intend to test this tonight. I don't want to leave you guys hanging. That would be silly. Close enough. We'll just slap the cap on there. It's just going to hang around. That's good, right? Right, Bruce? That looks fine. Looks fine. Looks fine. There we go. Do all the Macs with the same audio standard have identical audio quality? Meaning if a Mac supports 8-bit 22K? I would assume so. You know, I didn't really understand my PC friends and them going on and on about sound cards until much later that I got into like vintage PC stuff a little bit. Because I just didn't understand. I'm like, what do you mean sound card? Isn't sound all the same? But yeah, I mean, that's a very good question though. I would assume yes, but who knows? Some audio engineer guy who uses Pro Tools on the Mac for like since the very beginning of time would probably have a very good understanding of that. That would be my guess. Do you use donor boards when parts aren't available? Sure do. If I can't find a chip, but somebody donated a battery-bombed board that has a working part on it, or a presumed working part on it, that's likely the only way I'm going to get that part. So, heck yeah, that's something I definitely do take advantage of. And I greatly appreciate it. Some people have just sent me stuff that's like, I don't get them often. I get donations like once in a while. Somebody will be like, hey, there's this computer. I don't know how it's, not doing this, it's not doing that, or I have this leftover part I don't need. Can you use it, etc.? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So it's always greatly appreciated. All right, and second to last cap. Well, we have 2 other caps after this, but this is the last one I have on my desk right now. He's a tiny little guy. That's not horribly crooked. All right, neato. So we have 2 more caps that we have to put on here. 100 microfarad, 6.3 volts. Let me check this bin. Now, I found a box that had literally like a bunch of capacitors in it. Is that this box? I put it under my desk here. I thought, no, not that one. I found a box of caps, and I'm like, that's where that went. And trying to remember where they went. Let me just walk nonchalantly over here for a moment. Nope, not over there. Not over there either. I thought that was it. Nope. I keep thinking I find it. Let's see if it's over here. Bunch of USB cables. Bunch of header thingies. Put that in the parts bin. Alright, this is getting ridiculous. You really have to organize your darn parts. I just had it. I just had the whole box of it. I'm like, this is where all the caps went. Alright, let me just take a stroll over here. Talk amongst yourselves. Hopefully this will be a real short trip and I find exactly what I'm looking for. Well, I found some caps. Hopefully these are them. All right. $50 microfarad? No. 4.7? No. 16 volt? 4.7? No. 6.3 volts, 100 microfarad. Jackpot, jackpot, jackpot. Ding, 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 ding. Yay! I knew I saw it around here somewhere. Alright. So we have two 6.3 volt, 100 microfarad capacitors. I only ordered 10 of them? That doesn't seem right, but whatever. We only need 2. And these go in the corner right by the PDS slot and the sound chip here. And we are so close to putting this stream behind us. Just scrolling up. Alright. Okay, so let's put these 2 last caps on this board. These are tiny little caps. Let me just double check that I don't have normal size ones because I don't really need them that tiny on this. And if I could save those for something else, then I probably would. Those are 10 microfarad. It's a bunch of 1610s. Boop doop doo. No, same thing. Alright, whatever. There's just, you know, there literally is a shortage on some of this stuff. Very hard to find some of these parts today. Even just capacitors, you have to order from multiple places and this and that. So I'm just trying to be very frugal of what I use because I might not be able to get more parts until next year. And I'm not exaggerating on that. I ordered like 200 capacitors and basically like bought out the current supply of what DigiKey had a few months ago. So... fun times. Alright, so that one goes there. And then this one, the stripe goes the other way. If I could lift the darn thing up. Whoop. I am so buying tweezers after this stream. Ah! Perfect. There we go. Best recapping job ever. Again, this is my own personal board. If this was for a client, I would not be doing this right now. I'd wait to find the darn proper tools, and then I'd do it correctly. But this is my own. We're just having a bit of fun here. Even so, I'm trying to be careful, but... Oh, that did exactly what I didn't want to do. That's close enough. So is that. We're just playing with the hand we're dealt here. It is a fun game. It's called Will Steve Rage quit the stream, or is he gonna just, you know, end up crying when this doesn't work? But all right, so I think that should do it. Let's double check our work here, make sure this isn't a total abomination. All right, so yeah, I put some through-hole caps there. So just cleaning any flux or anything that we had on there. Not that it's going to cause a problem, but while we're here, might as well clean things up. We could take this tape off. No longer need that there. Same goes for over here. And for all 40 of you watching, we're about to test this. So hopefully this board will be happy again. And check our work. Positive goes to positive. Yes, 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 yes. And we're going to double check we have the right caps in the right position. On this board, it's fairly simple. We only have 3 types of caps, and the majority are the 47 microfarad 16 volts. So let's go to check the Color Classic 2 guide that Bruce has, just to confirm. Yep, yep. And we are golden. All right, so let's test this thing out. There we go. Why be bad when you could be rad? Yeah, Adam, what cleaning fluid are you using? I'd be very curious to know. See if it's better than some of the stuff I've been using. Which works okay, but it does leave some crud behind. Alright, so let me take some of the tape off of here, which we no longer need. And we're going to put the video memory and RAM back in here. Always put these in the wrong way. Alright, so there we have it. Here's our finished, all recapped Macintosh. I believe it's a 550 Performa board. So let's test this out. So I'm going to put this here. Now, the Performa has a bunch of crap on it, so we're going to have to use an extension cable to get some power to it, and it'll be easier said than done here, folks, but just bear with me here. Ignore all the sounds of things falling over. That's for dramatic effect. Nothing is really falling over here. Is that a new watch? No, I just got a different watch band. It was a cheapo one that I bought before I visited Ken of the Computer Clan, because mine was so dirty. I'm like, you know what? If he's going to be making videos and inviting me over here, I should have the decency to wear a watch band that isn't covered in filth. So, there we go. We'll just leave that like that for a second. I'm just plugging things in here. So we previously had Mike's LC575 board in our Performa 550 chassis, which was a bit rusty and dirty, but it did work. So now we're going to put this in here. Please don't look at my butt. I promise you it is not worth the retina deterioration. Let me move over here. There. That's what we're looking at. I really can't wait until I reorganize everything, so it's not a total mess in this place. Alright, let's step over the power cable. Alright, let's see if this will work. The goggles do nothing! Alright, so, we need a keyboard. Keyboard, check. Let me grab an ADB cable. There's always one lying around on the desk here somewhere. Here we go. Alright, let's turn the power on in the back here. Listen to that CRT go bzzz. And let's move the camera, or move to the second camera here, so you can see what's going on. All right, so here's our Performa. Let's see if it works, or LC, whatever you want to call it. Yay! We have sound, thank goodness. I was about to be like, wait a second, will this thing work, but the sound won't work? That would be a pain in the butt. Oh boy. Yeah, the image takes a little bit to show up on the CRT on this one. Maybe. Maybe. There we go. Okay, I was doubting myself there for a second. Here we go. Sweet. Let me put the camera down here just for 1 second. I'm going to try and locate a thingamajiggy. The time is not set. Oh no. Alright, so let's go to, let's see how much memory we have. We have 36 megabytes of memory on this, sorry for the weird camera angle, on this Performa. How about that? System 7.1. Am I holding this thing upside down? Yes, I am. I don't think I have System Profiler on here, so that's not going to help us. Unless I do. Nope. Sorry for the wiggle cam. But yeah, no worries, Brian. Thank you very much for hanging around. You just finished writing on the first draft of your MacBook Pro saga. I don't know if I'm actually going to make a video, but I wanted to test the keyboard. So you got a working one, finally. That was very frustrating of them sending you one that didn't work. My goodness. Cool. All right, I am very satisfied with this. I will give you a break from the shaky cam, and we'll bring you back to this view. Awesome. I'm glad that works. I was very, very happy to get that working again. I mean, I think it. I don't think it was in a state where it wasn't working, but just one of those things where you don't want to leave those machines not recapped. Oh, it's still the same one, but the screen is working mostly now. That is so weird, Brian. I mean, honestly, if it was me, I would call up Apple and say, send me a replacement. I don't want this repaired. I want a brand new one. Because you never know what's going to go wrong with that machine in the future. I think I should fix up the Lisa and then bring it to VCF. I'll put a crazy price on it and chase some... in case some rich fool shows up and wants it. Nice. They said I could return it and get a new one in 2 months. I'd rather have a partially working one than not at all. Ooh, 2 months? I'm sorry, Apple. That is dumb. You should be top priority for getting a new one because they screwed you over there. That's just my feelings on it. But, Netscape 2.01. Yeah. All right. They want the return before they'll ship a replacement. Yeah, I understand that, but I mean, back in the day, Apple used to not do that. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I never shipped anything back that expensive. It was always like watches and phones and stuff, but... How much is a cheap mic stand over there in America? Can you try one of those mic stands instead of a mic you put the webcam, so you have a flexible way to move a second cam? Yes, so that's a very good question. I could easily buy one. So the problem is I am moving stuff around. Everything's a mess because I'm moving all this furniture around. This area behind me, which you can't see, has to be empty for me to take all the furniture out and rearrange things. Once I do that, I'll have a permanent camera set up. I'll have a permanent microphone set up. Everything right now is just sort of... and I hate it. I really don't enjoy that. But I want to be able to hang a microphone from the ceiling. I want to be able to have a camera pointing down from the ceiling to look at my desk. There's a lot of things I have planned. And I'd love to do that, honestly. But I'm not at that stage yet. So hopefully maybe some weekend soon I'll be able to clear out this area, shove everything into that side of the room, and start fresh. Hopefully. That's the plan at least. So we'll see if that goes well. Yeah. So that's about it. Anybody have any questions or anything? I'm happy we were able to do that repair. I'm going to put a sticker on it right now so I don't forget that it's mine, and that's when I did the repair, etc. As things are almost falling off the desk, there is absolutely no room to spare here. I do need a team. When you're done, your mic will be well hung. Hey, all right, so let's get this going here. Let's just cut this here like that, and this will be a big old recapping sticker, but you know what? It'll be fine. So I usually make little custom recapping stickers, and we're just gonna plop one on the back here, so I know this is my board. And where's that marker or that pen that I had before? Oh, it would be so nice to have organized drawers and stuff. One day. Right, Bruce? One day. One day. One day. Pooh, where did that go? There's a pen. Let's hope it works. Thank goodness. All right, so today is November 3rd. So it's 11/3/2021. Cool. That board is labeled, and the serial number for future me who may be curious is DW441YFS1X9. Malaysia, revision B. There we go. And the processor is a Motorola 68030 FE33B. How about that? Should follow my new Twitter account. I saw what happened to your old one. Maybe I don't want to know. But I'll be sure to do that. Oh, sorry. Just oh yeah, built to order model. You should print labels on the image writer. I do have labels that are like have the sprockets and everything to do that. I tried and it was just a mess. Nothing wanted to work. But I wasn't using an older system. I was using like a G3, so I don't think the drivers were 100% happy. Middle of end of December. Oof. Well, yeah, I'm not going to be dealing with any other logic boards tonight. I think that'll cut it. We had some tinkering and we had some success. So there you go. Long story. Well, that sounds like fun. But yeah, I'm going to close up the stream in a moment. Anybody have any questions or anything like that, happy to answer them. I am going to be continuing working on the backlog of repairs I have. Like I said, I just have a lot going on. Ugh. I can't even film videos right now because that's a whole mess. That's why I did the VCF video on the other side of the basement. And I really desperately need to get some stuff out. But, hey, Dan, how's it going? Well, we're just wrapping up here, Dan, so no obligation to hang around, Dan. Yeah. Oh, the cursed Macs are fun. Yes, Sean and I had a long chat about his cursed Macs. And if you want to see any cursed Macs, the VCF video that I just posted on YouTube, you'll see Sean's very cursed Power Macintosh there. Take a look at that. But, yeah. Yeah, I'm happy to be releasing content again, but things have been busy. Let's just say that. Hopefully we'll get back on track. But, yeah, thank you very much for the super chats and the likes and the subscribes to everybody who was just hanging around. Thank you very much. We have 42 people you still here. Bruce, you going to do a live stream? You got 42 people who are just begging to watch something. Come on, Bruce. Come on. They could stay up a little bit longer. I have to go to bed, but they don't have to. Peer pressure. Oh, boy. And check out Dan's channel, Canadian Computer Collector, on YouTube. He does some excellent videos. He just did one where him and his brother, he had his brother, well, he tortured his brother and asked him about what prices of these, that these retro machines went for back in the day and today, you know, what the cost is of them and all that stuff. And it was really funny because, you know, the guy isn't familiar with these machines, so he had guesses, and that was fun. So I enjoyed that. So go subscribe to Canadian Computer Collector if you haven't done so already. Thank you very much, Tom. And yeah, Bruce has to get work done. Boo. That's okay. We'll get him to stream another time. It's fun watching other people stream, trust me. But have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate the likes, the super chats, the subscribes, all that stuff. I hope to have some more content out soon. And tune in for Mac Yak tomorrow. Well, today, actually. Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, Mac Yak. Go on YouTube, search Mac Yak, Y-A-K, and you'll find our podcast. I'll be on there, and so will Bruce and a bunch of other dorks. So there you go. Take care. Bye. Where's the end stream button? I should have clicked that before. Oops. See you later, guys.